Bub Terrell. At shortstop, number 8, Eric Guevara. At third base, number 11, Brandon McCrane. At second base, number 2, Chris Ripper. At first base, number 18, Ethan Bingaman. Behind the plate, number 3, Chase Freilich. And on the mound for the Tigers from Opelika, Alabama, number 36, Jackson Sanders.
That's on me.
WGZZ HD3 Waverly and W294AR Auburn Opelika.
Just minutes away from first pitch, Jackson Sanders going through his warm-up tosses. The defense behind him, Bub Terrell in left, Bristol Carter in center, Mason McCrane in right. Along the infield, it's Brandon McCrane at third, Eric Guevara at short, Chris Rembert back out at second base, and Ethan Bingaman at first. Chase Freilich behind the plate. And Jackson Sanders is the pitcher. Sanders, a sophomore from Opelika, 1-0, 11 innings in 2 starts, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 2 walks and 17 strikeouts. Teams are hitting 175 against Sanders, 1-0 with a 3.27 earned run average. Gave up 4 runs on 5 hits in the first inning against Florida State a week ago today, and then was dominant in innings 2 through 5. He was fantastic after that first inning. And so Sanders will try to slow down these bats. Nebraska, Jason Caldwell, powerful and aggressive at the plate.
Yeah, for Jackson, it is get that fastball sinking, throw the breaking ball for strikes. Obviously getting ahead doesn't really matter against this team because they're going to swing the bats anyway. But, yeah, I think avoiding the middle of the strike zone, pitching to the corners, that's always the key. Can you pitch to both sides of the plate? That'll be big for Jackson today.
For those of you watching on SEC Network Plus, the audio you're hearing is a simulcast of the Auburn broadcast, the one you'd hear on radio or the team app. That's why it sounds different from what you'd get from traditional TV announcers today. And the first pitch is swung on and missed by Mac Moyer. 0-1 to the leadoff hitter. 2:02 our time at first pitch today. Sanders delivers, and he gets a swing and a miss with a changeup. 0-2 very quickly. First pitch weather forecast presented by Jackson Services. Not Jackson Sanders, Jackson Services. When your comfort quits, Jackson Services shows up. Heating, air, and plumbing done right the first time. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with back-to-back off-speed deliveries, and Moyer is down on strikes to start the ball game. 70 degrees, partly cloudy, much more blue in the sky than clouds. Plenty of sunshine, and temperatures expected to be hovering right around 70, maybe the upper 60s throughout today's game. Just a marvelous day for baseball. And here is Will Jeske, the left fielder. First pitch to him misses a little bit low for ball 1. Mark Winters calls the balls and strikes today. Michael Snover is at first, Zach Neff at second, and Javero January is at third. The 1-0 pitch. Bouncing ball to second. Chance for Rembert. He gloves it chest high, 2 pats, and then the throw to first for the out. 2 away.
I think that's the first fastball we've seen from Jackson Sanders there. Gets a rollover ground ball. That's going to be big for him today. Can you keep the ball on the ground against this Nebraska team? With the wind blowing out a little bit, they can really swing the bat.
That was the change that Sanders made last week after Florida State got to him in the first inning. They sat on the fastball. Here's big Sanderson, and he hits Sanderson on the leg. So a 2-out base runner, Case Sanderson.
Third base number 4, Joshua Overby.
He's headed to first. That is the first hit batter for Sanders this year. And now here's Joshua Overbeek, the third baseman. Batting .355 for the year. Was 0 for 3 with a run scored in last night's game. First pitch is high for ball 1.
You established the strike zone early. That was about belt high and called high. So for Jackson, he's going to have to work down.
Sun shining down. Sanders steps and throws to first. Auburn wearing the bright white home jerseys. No pinstripes, just the straight, clean white look. Navy numerals and letters, orange trim, Navy hats with the AU logo. 1-0 pitch to Overbeek. That's an off-speed pitch that missed a little bit low, a little down. Freilich tried to bring it up. Nebraska wearing road dark gray jerseys with red numerals, white lettering, white trim, and red socks and red batting helmets. The 2-0 pitch to Overbeek. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, even a 2-0 stayed with a breaking ball off-speed pitch there. Not going to give in early, especially.
You could see both starters pitch off their slider today. That was the strength for Sanders a week ago, and it's been Yasu's calling card this year for Nebraska. The 2-1 pitch is a called strike. Same pitch. This time Overbeek didn't swing, and it was a called second strike to even the count.
I would say the first pitch of the at-bat looked better than that one did. But for Jackson to get
great.
that call now, 2-2, he's done a good job of finishing guys. Let's see if he can continue that.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on, top of the first. Here is the pitch. Runner goes, pitches low, and gets all the way to the backstop. It'll be a stolen base for Sanderson, his second of the season. And he's in scoring position, and now the count goes full to Overbeek. It's a Nebraska team with 95 hits on the year. 29 of those are doubles. 36 of their 95 hits have gone for extra bases, including 7 last night. Here is the payoff pitch to Overbeek. Called strike 3. Got him with a changeup on the outside corner. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Sanders. The 2-out hit batter does no harm. He's left stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Nebraska nothing. Auburn coming up.
Shop RV Roadways live.
The first Auburn home run means you could be a lucky winner. If the Tigers go deep today, fans sitting in lucky section 103 will receive a free meal courtesy of Jack's. And fans, if the Tigers hit a double in today's game, section 105, row N is going home with a gift card to Chappie.
Told you this guy was a highlight waiting to happen. High drive to deep right field, and he just left the ballpark. Back to the road.
Leading off the Tigers, the center fielder, number 5, Bristol Carter.
Turn run average for the big right-hander. He's every bit of that 6'7" as well. Defense behind him, Jeske in left, Moyer in center, Grego in right. And the first pitch is a fastball at 96. He took something off and missed inside 1-0.
You're right, through a lot of overhand breaking balls. It worked really quick.
And there is that slider for a strike.
At 88, that's a very sharp slider.
6'7", the high arm slot. He's coming straight down at you. Pitch, slider again. And that catches the outside corner, says Mark Winters. Carter certainly didn't think so, and it's a ball and 2 strikes just like that. This is an impressive right-hander. The pitch flied right field. He got it in on the hands at 97. Carter fought it off and fouled it off to the right side foul. So we'll do it again. He also works in a hurry, too.
Yeah, really quickly. Yeah, if you're Auburn doesn't normally delay, but you're probably going to see them stand out and try to take a deep breath here because there's not going to be much time for that with him on the mound.
Yasa's pitch. Whoa, sailed it up and in. So, talking with Nebraska's broadcasters before the game, they didn't use the term Rick Vaughn, but of Major League fame. First, the 2-2 pitch to Bristol Carter. Whoa, goodness, same spot, up and in.
I think we're seeing early why there's not a whole lot of fastballs.
Well, that's part of it. He had such control issues when he first got to campus. He could not throw batting practice to the hitters. Here's the 3-2. Bouncing ball, third base line, gloved by Overbeek. Long throw, high throw. Carter's safe. He hit a 2-3 hopper right down the third base line. Overbeek gloved, and he knew he had a speedy leadoff man trucking down the line for Auburn, and he threw high to Sanderson, who leaped to make the catch, and Carter's in there safely.
That was essentially almost a bunt there by Bristol Carter. Third baseman knew he had to rush that one.
Yep.
And to throw just high enough to allow Bristol to get underneath it. Probably going to be an error, but it could be a base hit. I mean, it was that close.
Yeah. We wait on the official scoring while Chase Freilich takes a slider for strike one. It is a single for Bristol Carter, his third hit of the weekend. Freilich is looking for his first. He was 0 for 4 last night, did walk and scored a run. And the pitch. Slider, delayed steal by Carter. He takes off and he's safe. He stole on an 81-mile-an-hour, maybe a changeup.
Yep, delayed steal. We saw him do that Wednesday night as well.
So Carter gets his 7th stolen base of the year. Pitch was a strike to Freilich. It's 0-2 to the Auburn catcher. Fast pace to the start of this inning. And Yasa's 0-2 delivery. Fastball missed outside, 1-2.
Throwing a couple of really nasty sliders here early on to Freilich on the inner half. But right here, Chase Freilich's usually done a good job. Ground ball to the right side. That's all you're looking for right now.
They play him to pull. Here's the pitch. Or maybe a curveball.
It's an overhand curve.
Yeah, 2-2. And when it's Yasa, it's really an overhand curveball. Not only does he have the height, but again, it's a vertical arm slot. And here is the 2-2. Swing and a pop-up. Second baseman on the edge of the outfield grass. Buck makes the catch. He handcuffed Freilich on a 2-2 pitch. So there's the first out of the inning. And Eric Guevara to the plate. Well, Auburn has stressed getting the leadoff man on base. First time they got him on last night was the 4th inning. Or the 3rd inning, and they scored 4 runs in that inning. So they got the leadoff man on here in the first. Now Guevara with 1 out. The first pitch is a high slider for strike 1. Guevara 1 for 5, a 2-run single in last night's game. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, there's a strike at 96. 0-2. Guevara batting .282 for the year. Yasa's ahead in the count. Carter dances away from second. And the 0-2. Fastball hit him. Hit him on the arm.
The fingers,
with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and Eric is looking at that hand and twitching those fingers. And so Guevara wears it. There's some stinging there, but he kind of gets bailed out on an 0-2 pitch.
Absolutely, up and in. We've seen the fastball miss arm side early on.
Yeah. So both starters hit a batter in the first inning. Now Bub Terrell a chance to go to work here with 2 on and 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. Man, what a gorgeous day. Here's the first pitch to Terrell. Slider, missed low, 1 ball, no strikes.
That might have been even a change right there.
I think you're right, Jason. The change is coming in at 80. The slider is more upper 80s. 17th pitch from Yasa is down and in to Terrell with the slider, and now it's 2-0. So barring something strange here, in the next couple of pitches, Auburn to get 20-plus pitches into the Nebraska starter in the first inning.
Yeah, and they used some pitchers as well last night.
2-0. Downstairs, 3 balls, no strikes. Yeah, both of these teams really poured a lot from their bullpen into game 1 of this series.
Yeah.
They're in similar spots today.
Yeah, and it was that kind of game. You're like,
Yes.
hey, you got to win this one. Go win it.
3-0. Ball 4. Little outside. So a single, a hit batter, a walk, and Auburn has loaded the bases. They loaded the bases in the bottom of the 10th last night. Scored 3 times in the bottom of the 10th, but Nebraska scored 4 times in the top of the 10th. Tigers got what they wanted at the end of last night's game. Rob Childress is going to come out and talk to his pitcher and his infield about what to do here with Ethan Bingaman, the freshman, coming to the plate. What a wild, like the last 3 innings of the game last night were a game all in their own.
Opportunities from both sides all the way through it. And, it was, we talked to, Bush Thompson said, I talked to Gabe Gross before the game about, having a sense of urgency right out of the gate. This Auburn team, can you have a sense of urgency other than when the game's on the line in the bottom of the 9th or the bottom of the 10th? And we'll see if they can deliver some of that right now.
Yeah, they had a situation, I think we'll look back, one of the turning points in the game in the eyes of the Auburn coaches, the 5th inning. In the 5th inning, they had runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And Cooper Katsky came in for Nebraska and struck out Bingaman and Rembert back-to-back to end the inning. It was a chance for Auburn to really kind of break the game open at that point. And it was Nebraska's pitcher that won those 2 battles, gave them some momentum going forward. Meeting on the mound over, Ethan Bingaman to the plate. Carter at 3rd, Guevara at 2nd, Terrell at 1st. Pitch to Bingaman, fastball through there for a strike.
97.
So he started Bingaman with the fastball.
And comeback slider here.
Or does he feel like he can challenge the true freshman? We will see. The 0-1. Another fastball fouled up right side over on top of the 984 club.
Now here you go. 0-2 for Ethan Bingaman. You got to put one in place somewhere here. He runs well enough.
Now you probably look slider.
You just got to protect anything right here. Shorten up.
0-2 pitch. Threw him the slider, and he missed high.
Good one. Just a hair high, now maybe a hair outside as well, but a good pitch.
So now Bingaman has seen the fastball and the slider. Tiger at every base in the bottom of the 1st inning. Here is the 1-2 offering from Yasa. Fastball lifted foul right side. Got the bat around on it on 97. And we'll do it again. 23 pitches now for Yasa. Another 1-2 delivery. Here it is. Slider missed down. 2-2. Good at bat here by the reigning SEC Freshman of the Week.
And lots of room in left center. If you could get around here. They're playing a shade to the right. There's some room out there in the gap toward the scoreboard.
2-2 pitch to Bingaman. Fastball, great block by Worthley. He kept Carter from scoring. It was in the dirt in the left-handed batter's box. And the count is full. Maybe an important early pitch. The 3-2. Bingaman takes it high for ball 4. That's a fantastic at bat by the freshman.
Right there to stay patient. That was a pretty close pitch, but he knew it was up. Took it. Really good at bat. Tigers on the board.
So Carter comes in to score. Guevara heads over to 3rd. Terrell down to 2nd. Bingaman at 1st, still only 1 out. And Chris Rembert to the plate.
I think he's hunting the 1st pitch fastball here.
He gets a slider. He bounces it to 3rd. Gloved by the 3rd baseman. Goes to 1st for the only out they can get. Guevara scores from 3rd on a ground ball to 3rd. It's an RBI ground out for Rembert, and it's 2-0 Auburn in the 1st. Terrell to 3rd, Bingaman to 2nd. He may have been looking fastball, and he got the slider. He got it off the end of the bat.
Yep, got a piece of it.
No chance for over. Way too risky for him to try to come home, so He took the sure out early in a ball game, and Nebraska trusts its offense. And now time is called. Worthley goes about halfway out to the mound, then stops and comes back. 27 pitches for Yasa. 14 balls, 13 strikes. Here's pitch number 28. Mason McCrane takes it for a strike, 0-1.
Really good slider to start off the at-bat there.
A base hit means a couple more runs here in the first. Pitch to McCrane. Fastball looped foul left side over the seats. And now he's in a hole, 0-2. McCrane 4 for 13 on the year, was 1 for 4 last night with a walk and 2 runs scored. Left-handed hitting true freshman. Here's the pitch. 0-2 line left field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Bingaman. Throw from left is cut off. It's a 2-run single for Mason McCrane, and Auburn leads 4-0 in the first inning.
0-2 pitch. We've seen it from Auburn pitchers this year. Caught too much of the plate. Mason McCrane just looked, I'm just going to get a barrel on the ball. And he was able to do that and just dump it into left field.
And Auburn has scored 4 times in the first inning. They've paid off the hit batter and both walks. That was just the second hit of the inning. And now here's Brandon McCrane, the 8th man to bat here in the first inning. First pitch, up and in, ball 1.
You've accomplished 2 things if you're Auburn here. 31 pitches already, and you've gotten on the board early.
Yasa's only hit 2 guys this year. That's a little surprising to me. Pitch up and in. Slider up and in to McCrane. 2 balls, no strikes. And all McCrane does is get on base. Right? He's 14 for 24, but he's walked several times. He has a .688 on base percentage. And he takes a slider for a strike here, 2-1. What does he throw 2-0? That's kind of how you know most of the time what he's pitching off of, and it's that slider.
Correct. Probably come back to it again here.
Yasa gets a sign, works from the stretch. Here's the 2-1. McCrane swings and lines one up the right field line. That is down for a base hit. Extra bases for McCrane. Mason heads for third. He stops there. Brandon slides in safely to second with a double. Brandon McCrane with another base hit. He's 15 for 25 on the season. Brandon McCrane with his 2nd double of the year. Tigers have batted around in the first inning. They're at 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, and hey, bullpen already getting populated here for Nebraska in the bottom of the first. And for Auburn, that's a big deal. Now you batted around here with Lucas Steele at the plate, and a guy that needs to find one to fall somewhere himself.
They've not tried to play the ego game with the fastball in this first inning.
No.
We were talking about this before the broadcast today. There's a time to try to pull the ball. There's also a time to go the other way. And Auburn has just kind of gone where the pitch has been here in the first inning. Lucas Steele stands in, a base hit, plates 2 more. First pitch, slider, strike 1. Steele 2 for 17, 5 walks. Pinch hit at bat last night, 0 for 1. Open stance, 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, 0-2.
And hey, is it 3 batters in a row?
Yep.
3 batters in a row, 2 can still find a way to find a hole here and fight one off, like the McCrane brothers both did.
McCrane at 3rd, McCrane at 2nd. And the pitch to Lucas Steele. Slider high, floated on him. That may have been the change of the curve.
And I think him in his mind, he's like, I've thrown 2 0-2 pitches that both got, I'm not going to leave this one in his zone.
The 1-2 offering on the way to Steele. Swing and a miss at the curve. Threw him back-to-back curveballs, and Yasa finally gets out of the inning, but he throws 38 pitches to do it. Auburn tags him for 4 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 2 walks, and 2 left on base. Good start for Auburn through an inning. Tigers lead the Cornhuskers 4-0.
At Max Credit Union, we do things differently. Enjoy rewards just for using your accounts. Rewards that can be redeemed for cash. Plus,
Gift card to Kathy. Shortstop, number 15, Dylan Perry.
Got to him early in that game, but he started that Big Ten Tournament Championship game against UCLA a year ago. First pitch from Sanders is in there for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, I remember I watched some of that game because it was like that was going to take a spot from somebody because of the way they played, and they finished it off.
Yep, Will Bolt in his 7th season. There's a swing and a miss by Carey. And he's been out in front, or he took the first pitch strike and then was out in front of that one at 84. Lefty-righty matchup. Sanders fires and misses outside. Bolt was the third base coach at Texas A&M when Rob Childress was the head coach of the Aggies. Now Childress is Bolt's pitching coach.
Yeah.
1-2. Swing and a foul ball on the ground to the Auburn dugout.
Saxon Roberts.
Very nice, Saxon. And there'll be a TikTok or something about that later.
Yeah, the bare hand save. So way out in front of the change here. See if Jackson goes changing in or tries to bury the breaking ball down and in.
Sanders plants and fires, and he misses high with a fastball. 2-2. Four 0, top of the second. Tigers lead. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, foul, past third. A little bit of breeze earlier. It has died down. Some of the players were talking before the game. This is 3 hours ago. It was warm down on the field. 2-2. Long look in by Sanders. Now he's ready. The 2-2. Swung, and he just did get a piece of it. Carey stayed alive. 2 for 3, a double, and 3 runs driven in for Dylan Carey. Just a super shortstop for Nebraska. 447 average, 3 home runs, 15 driven in. He's tied for the team lead in homers and leads the squad with 15 driven in. He's also stolen a base for a team that doesn't run a ton. 2-2. Lined into right field for a base hit. Carey with another hit.
Just a great at bat right there.
And McCrane gets it back to the infield quickly. Carey goes the other way with 2 strikes and gets his first hit of the day, third hit of the weekend. Here is Cole Kitchens, doubled twice, drove in 2 runs in last night's series opener.
Swear for Jackson, you know, ground ball here. We haven't seen this Auburn team.
Nope.
Last year, a lot of double plays, not a whole lot of them this year.
Pitch, fouled back, 0-1. Yeah, traditional ground ball double plays, Auburn has turned 1 this year.
In 9 games.
And how many over the last 7-8 years?
Yes,
I mean,
a lot.
they've turned a lot of them. Here's the 0-1 offering to Kitchens. Swung on and fouled back again. They are just barely making contact, but they are. Of course, in years past, you've had some sinker ball pitchers.
And you got more strikeouts early
Yeah.
this season than we've seen in the past.
Right. All right, here comes some in the crowd trying to get behind Sanders early. And here's the 0-2. No, instead it's a throw to first. Quick throw to first.
And
Carey is back.
This is a situation where you might think he's running breaking ball here. You don't see traditional pitch outs much anymore, but it's 0-2. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to pitch out here if you're Auburn.
Sanders deals.
Got a piece of Freilich.
Yep. He's taken a beating early in this series. He fouled one off of his foot last night, was hit by a pitch, and got a piece of that foul ball.
Well, and these are 2 at-bats. If you're Nebraska, these at-bats are going to pay off later in this game because of the shortness of both pitching staffs. The more of these pitches you can get in Jackson Sanders, the quicker you can get at Auburn's bullpen. I know that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, both teams kind of had the same approach today. Both bullpens are not as strong as they might otherwise be. 0-2. Well, missed the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strike. Not a bad pitch, but not one Kitchens went after. The stretch and the pitch. High and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. .25 pitches for Sanders. Ground ball would be nice. 2-2. Lined, foul, right side. Right side of the infield is open because they're holding the runner on, so Kitchens also might not mind poking one through that right side.
Yeah, and he went fastball there. See if you come back with the change to see if you can get him to roll over one to play into your shift a little bit.
Throw to first. And again, Carey is back. Again, Nebraska doesn't run a whole lot. They are just 4. They only have 4 stolen bases on the year, 4 for 5. 2-2. Pitch just missed.
That's a really good pitch right there.
Wow, just missed. And it looked like Mark Winters flinched, but he didn't call it strike 3. Count goes full, 3-2.
Now you think he's going to be running from first here.
Yeah.
Just deliver a good pitch if you're Jackson Sanders.
3-2. Pulled foul left side.
Was
They'll
not
get
moving.
at least a couple more pitches out of him here. And not wanting to risk, I guess, the strike him out, throw him out, double play.
But that's 2 at-bats here where you look at it and going a little bit deeper into the count to force more pitches from Jackson.
Nobody out, top of the second. Auburn leads 4-0. Payoff pitch to Kitchens. And he walked him. He missed down and in. The crowd is on the home plate umpire because 2 pitches before looked really good. It looked like he got the pitch he needed to strike out Kitchens. Instead, it is a walk to put runners at first and second.
Yeah, now that's how quickly it can be. A couple of really good at-bats where they force you to throw more pitches. And now if you're Jackson here, again, ground ball here, you would not expect a bunt this early in the season from a team like Nebraska.
That's just the 3rd walk in 12 innings for Sanders. First and second, nobody out. Here's Jet Buck. First pitch to him's right through there for a strike, 0-1.
Neither pitcher has had a problem getting ahead in the count. Both pitchers have had issues getting finished and getting through with guys.
The 0-1 to Buck. Swung on and missed. Tried to stop the swing on a slider tailing in on him, and he couldn't. 0-2. Buck struggled yesterday, 0 for 5, 4 strikeouts. Still hitting .353 for the year. Senior from Kansas City, right-handed batter.
If you're Freilich here, you got to smother these because you would expect something down.
0-2. Fouled back. He left it up.
He left it up. He did. He missed his spot and got away with it.
And now a few more guys jog down to the Nebraska
I think
bullpen.
It's going to be fully populated here.
That breaks up the rhythm a little bit too with no balls and 2 strikes.
It does. Probably not a bad thing here for Jackson. Regroup here. Think about executing a pitch.
All right, the sophomore lefty from the stretch comes set at the belt and fires. That is line towards center. Carter had him played perfectly. Barely had to move. Makes the catch and then fires one back to the infield. In the air, Guevara went almost to third to grab that. So fly out for Buck, and that's the first out of the inning.
Right fielder number 10, Drew Grego.
And here's Drew Grego, the right fielder, 2 for 6 on the season. Grego getting his second start of the year.
A lot of right-handers here in a row for Jackson Sanders.
One out. Here's the pitch. Bounced up there, blocked by Fralick. 1 ball, no strikes. Grego came on to pinch hit in last night's game. He was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Little bit of a breeze above the ballpark, blowing out. Here's the 1-0. Strike on the inner half. 1-1.
Yeah, fastball. Jackson mixes it in, but it's only probably it may be 25% of the time.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot.
Lefty-righty matchup with 1 out in the top of the second. The pitch. There's another strike. Threw him a changeup, and now it's 1-2. Second inning is presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you. Auburn leads 4-0 in the second.
Or you get change up, roll over ground ball to Brandon McCrane, something like that. Try to get your ground ball on the left side.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Runners go. Pitch is fouled straight back. Had a good cut.
And a good jump, too.
Yeah. Both runners were off on the pitch. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Catcher Jeter Worthley waiting on deck. The loss for Auburn last night was its first. First the 1-2. Nope, instead of spin and a throw to second. First time it lost the first game of a series at home since next to last series of the 2024 season. They won them all at home last year. Here's the 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a slider. So a fly out and a strikeout, and now there are 2 down in the second. And Sanders has a chance to get Worthley and get out of the inning. Third strikeout for the Auburn starter. The K counter is presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Last night's announced crowd was 6,000 even.
It's going to be more than that today.
No question. Pitch to Worthley.
Oh,
just missed the inside corner.
Really good pitch.
1 ball, no strikes. McCrane comes even with the bag at third. The pitch, that floats in for a strike, 1-1. Big day across campus this time of year. Usually lots going on. Softball in the Jane B. Moore Memorial at the field that bears her name. Here's the 1-1 to Worthley. Just missed a little low, 2-1.
Yeah, that's a hair down there. Good pitch, but it's a little bit low.
Yep. Auburn softball taking on Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech leads that 2-0 in the top of the third inning.
Another opportunity for a top 25 win for the Tigers.
2-1. Missed outside. 3 balls and a strike to the number 9 hitter. Worthley, the catcher, 4 for 23 on the year. 1 for 4, couple of strikeouts last night in the opener. Women's tennis with the first 3 points against Arkansas.
They are rolling.
Boy, they are. Here's the 3-1 to Worthley.
Good pitch.
Called strike on the outside corner. It's 3-2.
Good, better job by Chase Fralick there, too, framing that one.
And so, 1 more strike. And here comes the crowd behind Sanders. Runners lead from first and second. Who wins the battle? The pitch. Grounded foul. So we'll do it again. And of course, men's basketball is at home tonight against Ole Miss. That's a 7:30 tip over at Neville Arena.
As big a game as you could have.
Got that right.
Got to have them now. These two home games are massive.
Must wins to keep the NCAA tournament
you
streak
can't shy
going.
away from that one. That's
Nope.
exactly what it is.
Now the payoff pitch again to Wordley. Bouncing ball to McCrane at third. Gloves, throws low, but gathered by Bingaman for out number 3. McCrane had to wait for Carey to cross in front of him and then field a short hop.
And popped it up to himself right there. And he pulled that one out of midair.
So a nice defensive play and a really good job by Sanders of pitching to get out of that jam. Runners first and second, nobody out. Gets a fly out, strikeout, ground out, and that's the end of the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 left for Nebraska. We go to the bottom of the second inning, 4-0 Auburn.
When game day arrives, you want to be right where it matters. Close to campus, close to the action, and close to your comp.
The Auburn Diamond Club membership gives you an opportunity to have an insider view of your current baseball season. Join today at auburndiamondclub.com.
Want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC?
Now announced for the Huskers, number 47, Colin Navajo. The center fielder, number 5, Bristol Carter.
Hits per innings pitched. So Yasa goes 1 inning, gives up 4 runs on 3 hits. He walked 2 and hit 1 and struck 1 out. He threw 36 pitches, only 19 for strikes, and that's the end of the day for Yasa. So Novacek stands in against Bristol Carter, and he misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, it's about as good as you could hope for if you're Auburn here to get it to the bullpen early. And like you got the leadoff runner on the last inning, and it led to runs. See if you can do it again.
Carter singled, stole a base, scored a run. And the pitch is in for a strike. They make a couple of defensive changes too. Pitch to Carter, low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Will Grego moves from right field to left field. And we'll get you the new right fielder here in just a bit. 2-1 pitch to Carter. Nope, that's upstairs. 3-1 to the Auburn leadoff man. Nico Newhan is in right field. And Carter takes ball 4 high. So a leadoff walk in the second. And here comes Chase Fraley. Well, Butch Thompson in our pregame visit talked about an approach the first time through, kind of a scripted approach against Yasa. Well,
you got to change it again and figure out the next guy.
That's right.
Well, they ought to be used to it. They've had 2 of these midweeks in a row.
Novacic fires home. Swing and a miss by Freilich. That fastball at 90.
90 had some giddy up to it.
And that is the cat and mouse game. Rather than give Auburn a second look at Yasa, now you know they've poured into that scouting report. Now you do have to change it up in the second inning. There's a throw to first. Carter back standing. Winds blowing across the field from left to right. Glad to have you with us today on the Auburn Sports Network and on SEC Network Plus. 0-1. A little bit in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Again, you're making guys work. Auburn is doing a good job of that, and then you capitalize when you get opportunities, and they did that in the first inning. See if they can do it again.
1-1 on the way to Chase Freilich. Way high and outside. It's 2-1. We'll remind folks watching of this throughout the day. For those of you watching on SEC Network Plus, the audio is a simulcast of the Auburn broadcast, the one that you'd hear on the radio or the team app, and that's why it sounds different from what you'd get from a traditional TV crew. 2-1 pitch. Missed inside. 3-1. So with that said, we thank those radio stations throughout Alabama and the Southeast that carry Auburn baseball. And we thank you for tuning in on the Auburn Tigers app and watching the In the Booth feed on the Auburn Tigers YouTube channel. Another throw to first, and Carter is back standing. Tigers putting pressure on Nebraska again here in the second. A leadoff walk, and Chase Freilich has a friendly count. The 3-1 from Novacic. We'll have to wait. Another throw to first. Thought Nebraska really grinded the tempo of the game down last night. Wound up being a 4-hour game. 3-1. Up and in, that's ball 4. And look, you could say that, you know, with all the runs and a 10-inning game, but I mean, there have been 10-inning games with a bunch of runs scored that you could play in about 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yep.
But their pace of play is more deliberate than what you typically see.
Yeah, and you go from a pitcher who was really, really quick to the plate. Now you slow down, and now you're making a move, and Butch going out and having some questions. I guess it's about mound visits, I would guess.
Yeah, Rob Childress is out to visit with his club. Got the infield in on the mound, talking it over after back-to-back walks by Novacic.
An update from women's tennis from our own very esteemed John Cohen. It's over. It's over 4-0.
Excellent. Yeah, Jordan Szabo and the Auburn women's tennis team ranked #1 in the country. They have 1 loss this year. That was against Georgia, who was ranked #1.
4-3.
And had multiple match points. So that was no fluke. And when you hear Coach Szabo talk, he mentions that frequently. It weighs on him a little bit. So a phenomenal job with that program. The highest ceiling for Auburn women's tennis. All right, mound visit is over, ready to go. Here's Eric Guevara. He was hit by a pitch and scored last inning. He shows bunt, and he bunts it up the third base line. Great bunt, and it rolls foul.
It had a little bit of overspin on it. It just carried it, left it. Another 6 inches right, and that ball stays on the grass.
Once it left the grass, you knew it was going to roll foul. But a good bunt for most of the way. And not a bad idea to try to catch Nebraska a little bit slow-footed. They're going to come in a step or two at third now. And Eric is going to walk very slowly back to the plate where Bub Terrell waits and does a little dance with the bat. All right, 4-0 Auburn, bottom of the second.
You know, it's early. You wonder if 4-0 you start to play situation, but even in the second inning, you got to say, hey, look, do you bunt guys up to try to get them over, get them in with a 4-0 lead?
He's squaring to bunt again. 0-1 pitch. He does, and it's a good one. Pitcher falls down, and Guevara is safe. Novacic fielded the bunt. and then fell down. And Guevara is safe, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Wow. Bub Terrell hits with the bases loaded, nobody out, and Auburn on top 4-0.
Another situation though, if you make people play.
Yep.
Make them play, make them build a position, do those things, and good things will usually happen. Now massive opportunity again for Auburn.
Official ruling, that's a single for Guevara. Here is Terrell, first pitch to him. Breaking ball, high strike call, 0-1.
Above the belt on a guy that's 6'4".
Yep. And Bub steps out, readjusts his batting gloves, lets Mark Winters hear it a little longer, and now steps back in. 0-1 pitch. Popped him up on the infield. Overbeek near the bag at third. Makes the catch, almost standing on the bag at third base. So there's the first out. That was big, potentially. And now Ethan Bingaman, the batter. He drew a bases-loaded walk last inning. Well, Jason, you don't have to go any further than just last night's game to see Auburn with an early lead and a chance in the fifth inning that they didn't capitalize on, and you got to stay aggressive against a team that hits the way Nebraska can hit. Ethan Bingaman takes the first pitch strike, 0-1.
Yeah, that was another. I mean, we just saw a very high breaking ball to Bub. That was down and in breaking ball to get a call for strike. You got to protect here already.
0-1 upstairs, 1-1 the count.
Bingaman does a good job of going the other way. There's some room on the other side. Now, your job here is to get that runner in from third. That's what you want to do. That's your number one goal.
1-1. Hit him.
He did it.
Sure did. He wore one. And Auburn leads 5-0. Bingaman's driven in a couple without a hit today. So Carter scores his second run. Freilich down to third, Guevara over to second, and Chris Rembert to the plate. And he's going to get some instructions from Gabe Gross, while Bristol Carter goes to the on-deck circle to talk to Mason McCrane.
Yeah, what we know is Chris Rembert is really aggressive.
Yep.
And if you're Gabe, you're probably going, hey, look, make sure it's in the zone here. Don't help him out.
Yeah.
Because he's a good two-strike hitter too, but he is a really aggressive hitter. So maybe you're like, hey, make sure this one's right where you want it if you're cutting loose.
Rembert, an RBI ground out in the first. He bounced one to third that scored a run. A Tiger at every base in the second. The pitch. Breaking ball, that's high. Ball one.
About time for Chris Rembert to be Chris Rembert, even though he's just now coming back day two off his injury.
1-0 from Novacek. Swing and a foul back. He waited on the changeup, fouled it back. 1-1. Novacek, the lefty, looks and fires and misses the outside corner, maybe a little up too. It's 2-1 to Rembert.
Yeah, it was up and out. Good look there. Now your advantage count for Chris Rembert. That's a good position to be in for the Tigers.
Freilich at third, Guevara at second, Bingaman at first. Rembert takes a strike, off speed on the outside corner.
Almost the same location. That might have been a little bit better, but now two-strike approach here for Chris Rembert. Protect it, move him over.
You could bounce one over third or first. Might get a couple out of it. Here's the 2-2 to Rembert. High, ball three. He's not throwing the fastball for strikes in this inning. Novacek, the second pitcher of the day for Nebraska. Yasa lasted 1 inning. Here's the payoff pitch to Rembert. Breaking ball, ball four high. Rembert with a patient at bat. He draws a walk, drives in a run. 6-0 Tigers.
Really good at bat there for a guy that hasn't been in the lineup now but 2 days, to take those pitches, knowing that's a good strike zone approach there. Now you get Mason McCrane back to the plate.
With one out and the bases loaded, McCrane, a 2-run single to left his first time. He's now got 5 RBIs on the year. First pitch, down and in, ball one. That was a fastball. McCrane 2 for 5 on the weekend. Worthley, the catcher, goes out to Novacek and has to settle down his left-handed reliever.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for Nebraska.
Yep.
Because you've already had to go to the bullpen early, and you probably were prepared to go earlier, but not that early, and so it changes everything you're doing. Now you're throwing another guy because you bring in Novacek, and all of a sudden he's struggling to find the strike zone, and you're like, man, this game can get away from you in a hurry. If you're Auburn, you just want to keep doing what you're doing.
Nebraska can score. They can hit for sure. Auburn wants to stay aggressive. Now the 1-0 pitch to McCrane. Check swing, slider away. He went, said Javaro January. Count evens at 1-1. Partisan crowd here didn't think so. Counts even to the ball and a strike.
It's hard to tell unless you're where he's standing.
Yep. 1-1 pitch. McCrane takes a strike on the inner half. Now it's 1-2. Brandon McCrane on deck. 1 out, bases loaded, 2 in here in the second.
Got a lot of room. Poke one the other way he did the last time up. There's a lot of room down the third base line.
Yeah, third baseman way off the line. Overbeek 1-2 pitch. Way outside and low, especially if they're going to pitch him outside.
Yeah. They're going to stay away from those long arms.
2-2 the count. McCrane 6-6. Big deep breath. Now back in the box. Novacek from the stretch. Delivers. Pulled right side past the first baseman and into right field. 1 run scores. Here comes Bingaman. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. 2-run single again for Mason McCrane. He's driven in 4, and Auburn leads 8-0. He went the other way last inning. He pulled it here in the second. Tigers with 4 runs in the first and now 4 more in the second. And they've taken advantage of free base runners. Jason, a leadoff walk, back-to-back walks to start the inning. Bingaman reached when he was hit by a pitch. So they are taking advantage of free base runners. And here's Brandon McCrane. He doubled last time up. 15 for 25. That's a .600 batting average, and he's going to face a new pitcher. Auburn has forced another Pepper Tree pitching change for Nebraska. The third arm of the day for the Huskers comes in with 1 out in the second inning. Pepper Tree pitching change for a new level of taste. Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection and the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery. Online, steaks, the letter N, wine.com, steaksandwine.com. Nebraska makes a Pepper Tree pitching change.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-8IXS.
When game day hits, you want to be right where it matters. Close to campus, close to the action, and close to your college student. At the Residences at Arbor Lake, you get the perfect space to cheer, visit, and make every trip feel like a homecoming. Offering easy access to campus and a relaxing getaway whenever you visit. Call 334-521-7290 for more information about the Residences at Arbor Lake, a 55-plus apartment community. Score comfort, score convenience, score your home court at the Residences at Arbor Lake.
Pepper Tree pitching change for number 35, Ryan Harahill. Harahill is a 6'4", 220-pound junior right-hander. He's also from Elkhorn, Nebraska. This will be his 4th appearance of the year. No record, an earned run average of 1.59. 5 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He's given up a double and a homer, and teams are batting just .105 against Ryan Harahill.
Yeah.
Novacek goes 1/3 of an inning. He faced 7 batters. He walked 3, hit 1, and gave up 2 hits.
This feels like one of those moments that Butch talks about where you go game time moment.
Yep.
This is probably a guy that you pitch on towards the back end of a game. But right now, you know, if this game gets much more out of hand, then you're not ever going to get to him. So you're trying to keep it at 8 if you're Nebraska.
Yep, that's exactly right. I think they're wanting to hold on to Harrahill, and then we haven't seen Kevin Manell yet either. They wanted him to be the closer coming into the season. He just hasn't had his stuff dialed in the way they had hoped to start the year, but he might be next. He might be on the docket at some point today as well.
Yeah. See if you try to make this guy field one off the mound too. A lot of room on the right side. Brandon McCrane can really run. See if you make this guy fall off the mound to the right and field a bunt to the left, and see if you can make something happen.
6'4", 220 the pitch. Fastball at the knees for a strike at 88 miles an hour. 0-1 to McCrane. Harrahill, almost a 3/4 arm slot for the big fella. 0-1, ground ball to second. Glove there. They go to second for one. On to first, not in time. Force play is all they can get at second base. McCrane too fast for the double play on one that Buck had to go to his left just a bit to field. So it's a fielder's choice. Over to third goes Rembert. He's there, and now there are 2 outs.
Tigers have batted around
Yep.
for the second time in 2 innings. That's usually a pretty good recipe.
8-0 Auburn. We are in the second. We have reached the 1 hour point in this game. First pitch, hit him.
Well, the umpire didn't say so, but maybe.
There it is. That was a delayed reaction from everybody. Steele finally tosses the guard away and trots down to the base. So, now Bristol Carter bats for the second time in the inning and the third time in the game, and we are in the second inning. Carter has singled and he has walked. Tigers have loaded up the bases again here in the second inning. First pitch to Carter. Called strike, inner half. Good pitch. 9 came to the plate in the first, and now Carter the 10th batter in the second inning. Pitch. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Good
tailing
slider
away.
there.
Late break, and it's 0-2. Nebraska 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Here is the 0-2. Inside and high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that wasn't where Worthley set up. Tigers with 4 more runs here in the second inning after a 4-run first.
Bristol can really run. Hey, beat one in the ground somewhere and see if you can get on. That's all you're trying to do. Find a way to get on base.
The 1-2 pitch to Carter. Fouled back. 91.
Impressive arm. I mean, these arms from Nebraska have been impressive. Just a lack of strike throwing from the first couple of guys.
Tigers with 8 runs and just 5 hits. Pitch. Fly ball left center field. Moyer comes in from center. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. But Auburn sends 10 to the plate. The Tigers score 4 more times on 2 hits. No errors, 3 walks, and a hit batter, and the Tigers leave them loaded. They've scored 8, and they've stranded 5. Lots of chances for Auburn today. Tigers lead 8-0 through 2 at Plainsman Park.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off O'Blacker Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs.
This is Jacob Goins from On the Line on ESPN 1067. If you ever miss a part of the show from 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoons with myself and Christian Griffin, you can catch up with the podcast anytime on our station website. Just visit ESPNAU.com in our podcast center or download the Radio Alabama app. Never miss a minute of On the Line on ESPN 1067 with me, Jacob Goins, and Christian Griffin, live 2 to 4 each weekday right here on the Auburn-Opelika Sports Leader ESPN 1067.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Auburn leads 8-0 as we go to the third inning. 4 in the first, 4 in the second before one of the biggest crowds I can ever remember seeing at Plainsman Park. I mean, the only time you could have possibly had more people here was the Super Regional last year when they added those standing room areas on top of the Performance Center. I mean, it's well over 6,000 here. The parking deck is full, the War Eagle Wall is full, the ramp that leads to behind the War Eagle Wall is full. Concourses are teeming. Hall of Fame Club sold out, 984 is full. It's an awesome day and an awesome crowd, and Mac Moyer takes a first pitch inside for ball one. Moyer struck out to lead off the ball game on 3 pitches. Jackson Sanders, 2 long delays in the dugout while the offense did its thing. And he misses just a little bit low to Moyer. 2 balls, no strikes. Sanders, 47 pitches now as he gets underway here in the third. Pitch low, 3-0. Moyer's dad, the long-time Major League standout, Jamie Moyer, 2026 Baseball Hall of Fame class. 25 years, Major League Baseball, 3-0. There's a strike on the inside corner. Jamie Moyer's career earned run average just a little north of 4. And most of those years in the American League. That's not a bad career ERA in the AL. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, left side, up near the parking deck. Not quite there. Counts full, 3-2.
I think my formative years were Jamie Moyer pitching for the Chicago Cubs, I believe. Yeah. Lefty for the Cubs when they were on WGN in the afternoons.
And now the payoff pitch. Moyer pulls one on the ground past a diving Rembert at second base. And so he's got a base hit to start the third. Leadoff hitter aboard for the second straight inning. That's something Nebraska did exceptionally well last night. Leadoff man on in the first 4 innings.
Right fielder number 5, Nico Newman.
And 6 of the 10, they got the leadoff hitter on base. And now 2 of the 3 here today. Some cloud cover. Here's Newhan. First pitch to him is a strike. First at bat of the game for Newhan. He is 0 for 1 on the season. This is just the second game in which Newhan has played. San Diego native. Redshirt sophomore. There's a throw to first. Just to make sure Moyer doesn't get too casual over there. With Auburn on top, 8-0.
Yeah, and it's tough for a pitcher to have 2 really long innings, and you've waited this long. It's hard to find that rhythm.
0-1, grounded foul back to the digital board behind home plate. And the count 0-2 to Newhan. Stretch by Sanders. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up.
Really good pitch there. Great location.
Strikeout for Jackson Sanders is his 4th of the game.
First baseman number 14, Case Sanderson.
Here's Case Sanderson. He was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Big lefty. Throw over to first. Again, Moyer back. .54 pitches for Sanders now in the third with 1 out and a runner at first base. Pitch. Sanderson. Strike.
Really good pitch.
0-1. Sun has dipped back behind the clouds for the first time today at Plainsman Park. And a good many of people, the Yeti Yard is totally full. People have been soaking up the sunshine until now. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on one of the inside corner and down. Sanderson went after it, and now he's in a hole. No balls, 2 strikes. 8-0 Auburn. We are in the top of the 3rd inning. The 0-2 pitch to the Nebraska first baseman. He swings and misses for strike 3.
Great execution there. Again, it's off speed. It's close enough to swing at.
Yep.
But it's not a waste pitch where you're going, well, there's no chance that guy swings at that pitch. That is close enough that you got to go swing at it if you're Nebraska and protect. Really good execution.
Now runner on and 2 outs. Sanders has given up that leadoff single each of the last 2 innings. First 2 got on in the 2nd. And he got the next 3 to get out of it. And now he's back-to-back strikeouts after the Moyer single. Here's Overbeek, the cleanup man. First pitch to him is a bit low for ball 1.
Yeah, that's a pitch that if Fralick gloves it, he might get the call, but he hasn't really called those below the knee to this point tonight, or today, excuse me.
1-0 to Overbeek. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And now time called. Overbeek steps out. Nebraska goes back home. They've got 2 midweek games coming up, a Tuesday game against Omaha, Wednesday against South Dakota State, and then they open up Big Ten play against Michigan State. 1-0 downstairs. Fralick tried to frame it. 2-0 the count. Michigan State at home, then another midweek against North Dakota State. And then they step outside of conference play against Maine for a weekend before they are in Big Ten action the rest of the way. 2-0. There's a strike. 2-1.
Yeah, you know, we don't see Jackson. He's not throwing a ton of fastballs.
Nope.
It has kept them off balance.
And it's the 2nd straight week. Again, he was fastball heavy against Florida State. They were on it, and so he went to the slider, the change, 2-1. That's lifted in the air to right. McCrane back, now circles and comes in and makes the catch, and the inning is over. 2nd straight inning, a leadoff single does no harm. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. Sanders with 5 strikeouts through the first 3 innings of play. Auburn leads Nebraska 8-0. The bottom of the 3rd inning is coming up next.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Good evening. This is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
This is Auburn Baseball on ESPN 106.7, Auburn Opelika's sports leader.
With Jason Caldwell, I'm Brad Law. Thanks for being with us at Plainsman Park here this afternoon. A sunny day on the Plains. Auburn has put together 2 big innings in a row to start this ball game, and as the Tigers come to bat in the bottom of the 3rd, they lead 8-0. It'll be Fralick, Guevara, and Terrell for the Tigers in the 3rd.
Yeah, now the challenge for Auburn is to continue. We've seen in the past, you score runs early and then you kind of go into a lull. Can you keep the pressure on? And listen, the way they've swung it last weekend, you go, man, keep it going, but they've had these games at home where it hasn't worked out that way. And you got a few guys, Chase Fralick, Eric Guevara, started fast, and then Lucas Hill at the bottom. You got some guys that need some at-bats and need to get something going.
First pitch is a strike to Fralick, 0-1 to the Auburn catcher. He's 0 for 1 today. He's popped to second. He's also walked and scored. The pitch, Fralick takes for a strike. Off-speed delivery at 82. And now Harrahill out in front, no balls, 2 strikes. 8 runs, 5 hits for Auburn today. 0-2 pitch, way outside and low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Shadows starting to slide over the field, creeping across slowly as the afternoon goes on. The home plate area, the circle around the plate, cut in half by shadows. 1-2 pitch. Got a piece of it, stayed alive. Shadows almost totally covering the first base and right field line with just a sliver outside of home plate still in the sunlight. 1-2 is swung on and missed. He was early on a changeup. And Freilich is down on strikes. So the leadoff hitter is retired, and it's the first time this afternoon that Nebraska has retired the leadoff hitter. Now here's Guevara. Guevara with a single in the second. He has scored 2 runs. He was hit by a pitch in the first. And a breaking ball is in for a strike to the Auburn shortstop.
Got a guy that looks like he's settled in, and another guy that's working really fast.
1-1 swung on, or 0-1 swung and missed. It's 0-2. Yeah, you're right. With nobody on base, and Nebraska just hasn't pitched with nobody on base.
No, I mean, it is like boom. I mean,
yeah. Big 6'4" Harrahill delivers the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, just missed. 1-2.
Yeah, just a hair outside.
The third inning is presented by the Vance Law Firm. At the Vance Law Firm, they say dial 3 for me. 1-2 pitch, fouled off to the right. 3-3-4, 3-3-3, 3-3-3-3. A ball and 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of inning number 3. 1 out, nobody on. Terrell on deck, the pitch to Guevara. Fouled off the hands. Fastball up and in. And a defensive swing by Guevara. He stayed alive.
Yeah, Harahan's getting into a little bit of a rhythm here. He's throwing strikes and locating pitches pretty well.
Here's the 1-2. Low with a breaking ball. Guevara laid off of it. Not a pronounced windup from Harrahill, just a 1 step and then the kick and the pitch. 2-2 swung on and missed. He got Guevara waving at a slider off the plate. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning. And up comes Bub Terrell. The other thing you have to guard against a little bit, I would think, offensively, Jason, is, all right, we got 4 in the first, 4 in the second. Let's go. Let's go try to do too much.
Correct.
Every time up.
That's what happens a lot of times. You start to see strikeouts, fly balls, because you're trying to do it. And how you got it was taking what they gave you, chipping away and getting a couple of big singles.
First pitch to Terrell, low and outside. Bub has walked and scored, and he's popped to third. 0 for 1 officially. 1-0 pitch. Low and outside again. 2 balls, no strikes to the Auburn left fielder. Sophomore hit 300 even in his freshman campaign. And like a lot of the hitters, he closed strong. A really good last month of the season. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball. Foul pass first. Bub's talking to himself.
Yeah, missed a pitch to drive right there, and that's what he had an opportunity for.
Now 2-1 to the Auburn left fielder. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the third inning, Auburn leads 8-0. They play Terrell to pull the 2-1 pitch. Way outside, 3-1. Bingaman stands on the on-deck circle. Harrahill, glove in front of his face, now fires. Fouled back. Counts full. 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's kind of what Butch has been talking about, though. You got that's 3-1 fastball at 90 down the middle, and you're not making great contact with it. We just haven't seen guys driving the ball yet. It's going to come.
Pitch fouled straight back. And Terrell battling here. We'll give you some finals on the Yellowwood scoreboard after this at bat, or maybe after the inning, depending on what happens in this at bat. But over half the teams in the league already in action today. Several final scores already, too. First, another 3-2 pitch. to Terrell. Fouled away. Nice response from Tennessee after falling to UCLA yesterday in Arlington. Tennessee comes back today and beats Arizona State 5-3. Ole Miss shut out Ohio State 8-0. And another 3-2 pitch to the Tigers left fielder. That is driven toward left center. Grego, though, shaded that way, and it sliced back to him. Terrell put a charge in it, but Grego tracked it down, and Auburn goes in order in the third. Nothing doing in that third inning. Through 3, Tigers on top 8-0.
It's a new year, and at Butcher Paper, we're stepping up our game. Stop by this week to try out something new, like our barbecue grilled cheese with loads of melted cheddar and your choice of meat. Try it with jalapeno cheddar sausage for an added kick. Or try barbecue baked potato stuffed with cheese, butter, sour cream, and a heap of your favorite meat. In a lighter mood, try a snack plate with smaller portions to help fit your diet and budget. And be on the lookout as we add new grab-and-go items and bring back some old favorites. Come see us on Columbus Parkway in Opelika and online at butcherpaperbbq.com.
Hello, everybody. This is Bill Cameron from The Drive, reminding you that if you ever miss part of our show weekday afternoons from 4 to 6, you can listen to the podcast. After the show airs, the podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the ESPN 1067 app, or ESPNAU.com in our podcast center. Podcasts of The Drive are presented by Southeastern Industrial Contractors, now hiring for great-paying skilled trade positions.
The Drive on ESPN 1067.
We go to the fourth inning here at Plainsman Park. It's Auburn 8, Nebraska nothing. Cornhuskers have Carey, Kitchens, and Buck. 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. Auburn gear and memorabilia from unforgettable moments that's signed by student athletes and coaches, like Jake Marciano's 100th career strikeout, signed by Jake. Visit WarEaglePlus.com/auctions. You can join and start bidding. First pitch fouled back by Dylan Carey. He has one of Nebraska's 2 hits on the afternoon. Really good-looking shortstop out of Castle Rock, Colorado. Right-handed hitting shortstop, takes a ball up and away. 1-1 the count. Carey singled to lead off the second. Jackson Sanders, 64th pitch of the afternoon, and that is popped up, back and out of play. 1-2.
I've got to look now. Castle Rock, Colorado. I believe that's where they used to play the PGA golf tournament, where they had the unbelievable views.
Okay, I believe it.
It was awesome.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Sanders deals and misses low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Carey's last 2 at-bats last night. Double, single, 3 RBIs and a run scored. The 2-2 is grounded foul past third. So he'll come back and we'll do it again. Yellowwood scoreboard continued. 11th ranked Georgia shut out Oakland 17-0. It was Kentucky shutting out St. John's 3-zip. Now we get to games in progress. 2-2 pitch. Popped up, right side. That'll reach the seats. Bottom of the 4th in Baton Rouge. 2nd ranked LSU leads Northeastern 3-0. It's Oklahoma 7, Gonzaga 1. Clemson leads South Carolina 4-1 in Columbia. Arkansas with the 6-0 lead over UT Arlington in the top of the 5th. Hogs trying to even that series. And here's the 2-2 to Carey. That is popped up. Shallow right field. Rembert goes back. McCrane comes in. Mason calls Chris off, and McCrane puts it away in shallow right field for the out. 1 down.
Good job on McCrane. I mean, that's a true freshman in right field. That's his ball. To come in, call it off. No drama there. That's a good job by the true freshman.
Now here's Cole Kitchens. Anytime you can retire carry, you feel good about it. Kitchens, the DH, swings of the first pitch and fouls it off of his foot.
You see Sanders starts to go fastball a little bit more because, you know, saw him in the last inning, fastball there. You've kind of got him sitting, breaking stuff off speed, and now, you know, his fastball is not 95, 96, but it'll play a little bit more because of his off speed.
So Kitchens back into the box after taking the foul ball off the foot. 0-1 pitch. Bouncing ball, left side, backhand stop by Guevara. Long throw, not going to get there in time. It two-hops Bingaman. Guevara threw that ball deep in the hole at third. He had to go so far to get it. So it's an infield single for Kitchens.
Yeah, nothing more you can do there if you're Eric Guevara. You just got a glove on it, made a throw, and hope that you get a good bounce or get fortunate.
I mean, he had to go, what, 15 feet just to get to the ball?
At least.
Yeah. All right, here's Buck. Buck popped to center his first time. First pitch to him, called strike at the knees. The mound is in the sunlight. Catcher and home plate umpire, and both boxes are in the shadows. The 0-1 pitch. High fly ball toward left and deep, and if it stays fair, it is gone, and it stays fair. It is gone. It is a home run for Jet Buck. It's his first home run of the season. It's a two-run shot to left. And Nebraska is on the board. It's 8-2.
Yeah, sat on the change, basically almost dropped to a knee as he swung, and it was able to keep it in. But that ball was down and in, and you know that's where Jackson's been living, and he's going to have to adjust some because look, we haven't seen him get the strikes on those. They've been fouling them off, and he made a good swing there.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of balls leave the park that are that low. He went down to get it, sent it out of here. First pitch to Grego. Misses inside, ball one. One out, nobody on. Top of the fourth. 8-2 Auburn pitch. That is a fly ball to center. Carter back, now squares up and waits. He makes the catch for the second out. And now the catcher, Jeter Worthley, comes to the plate.
Yeah, this shows you if you're Auburn, you're going to have to keep scoring because Nebraska's not going to stop swinging the bat. And so that's the way this game's going to be the rest of the day. And like Jackson Sanders, 74 pitches. If you're Auburn, you're hoping maybe another inning out of him, but you're getting ready to have to go to the bullpen as well.
Pitch to Worthley. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Yeah, it's a little warmer, certainly, today. And now you're looking at start number 3. So you could start to stretch him out a little bit as long as he stays effective. 0-1. It's low, 1-1.
As long as you're effective, you're probably low 90s, probably, I would guess, somewhere around in there, which, hey, if you can get out of this inning and have a quick fifth, then you might get to the 6th, but it feels like probably in the range of another inning for Jackson Sanders.
Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to first. Glove there nicely by Bingaman. He takes it to the bag himself for the out. That was sharply hit, and Bingaman made a backhand stop and then took it to the bag for the out. So a single and a home run for Nebraska, and the Huskers get on the board. It's 8-2 Tigers as we go to the bottom of the 4th. By the way, that was our defensive play of the game presented by Cook's Pest Control. The best defense for your home is Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928 and the official pest control provider of the Auburn Tigers. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 8-2, Auburn in front.
Looking for a fulfilling way to spend your retirement? What about some extra cash to spend on the grandkids or donate to charity? Hello, I'm Joe Robinson. My wife Molly and I own Seniors Helping Seniors East Central Alabama, and we may have a place for you on our team. You can be a hero and a new best friend to a fellow senior. Our in-home care services provide a way for all seniors to give and to receive. Details and application online at SHS.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Bingaman, Rembert, McCrane. Auburn got 4 in the first, 4 in the second. And now we go to the fourth. It's 8-2. Harrahill has retired 5 in a row since coming in the ball game. His first pitch misses low and outside, ball 1. And you talked about it when he came in. 8-0.
You settle things.
And they brought him in to settle it. Keep it at 8-0. He allowed their offense to get on the board. Bingaman tries to go the other way. Fouls it off the net right side. 1-1.
Yep, he has settled things. He's thrown multiple pitches for strikes, and he's done a good job.
Righty-righty matchup here to start the bottom of the fourth. And now time called. Bingaman steps out. Bingaman has been up with the bases loaded twice today. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Bingaman, Rembert, and McCrane have the 8 RBIs today. And there's a bouncing ball, foul, left side, still 1-2.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 for Bingaman, 2 for Rembert, and 4 for McCrane.
Yes. So 6 of your 8 from a pair of true freshmen.
8 of the 8.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
1-2. Low and in. 2-2.
Done a good job just of having quality at bats, too. Another quality at bat here after falling down 0-2.
Harrahill looks over the glove and now delivers. Swing and a bouncing ball left side. It rolls foul. Way out in front of a breaking ball. But was able to slow the bat down enough, keep the end of the bat on it, stay alive.
You wonder if today's the day we might see him at the end of a game.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy that closed games in the fall.
Yep.
Do we maybe see him on the mound if Auburn can hold a lead late in this baseball game? I think that's a possibility.
Here's the 2-2. Fastball, fouled back. Tried to sneak a fastball by him on 2-2. Bingaman was a top 10 player coming out of high school. And he sure has had some veteran at-bats for a true freshman. 2-2 pitch. Fouled that one off. Fastball up and in.
Yeah, played on a high school team that had 3 first-rounders, and he was a guy that was potential there and told the guys, hey, this is what I want to sign for. If not, I'm going to school, and he's here at Auburn.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball grounded to the first baseman. Sanderson playing way off the line. He gloves and takes it to the bag. Tell you what, that's a good at bat though.
It was
from Bingaman.
Hit ball hard, just right at it.
Yeah. So there's the first out of the fourth, and that's 6 in a row retired by Harrahill. Tigers looking for their first hit off of him.
And that's the thing, if you're Auburn, you got to keep going.
Yep.
You can't play the game in reverse.
Yeah, 2 here, 2 there, and they're right back in it.
Yes.
Here's Rembert. Pitch misses outside, ball 1.
Remember, the team that can swing the bat with power, which is what they do, then they're never out of a game.
1-0 on the way to Chris. Caught the outside corner, 1-1. Rembert, an RBI ground out in the first, and he drew a bases loaded walk in the second. 1-1 pitch. Low with a fastball, 2-1.
He's thrown about 75% strikes, pretty close to it, so he's been around the strike zone.
Pitch number 41 misses the outside corner with that slider, and it's now 3-1. Mason McCrane stands near the on-deck circle. Nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. Auburn 8, Nebraska 2, 3-1. Hit him. Came inside with a fastball and hit Rembert. He's on with 1 out. Hit him up high, above the waist. And Rembert is on. And Mason McCrane.
Not a bad guy to head at the plate today.
2 for 2 with 2 two-run singles. He has driven in half of Auburn's 8 runs. First pitch. Inside, 1-0.
The approach for a guy who hasn't played, him and Bingham in both, the approach has been really good for those guys, not swinging the pitches out of the zone, being patient. That's what you're hoping for.
Rembert gets a short lead at first. 1-0 pitch to McCrane. Nearly hit him. He jackknifes out of the way. 2-0. His brother Brandon waits on deck. Tigers lead 8-2. Nebraska scored its 2 in the top half of this 4th inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. McCrane takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1.
Was outside corner, probably was a strike, but that's a pitch you just, if you're Mason McCrane, you're not going to wave at that one.
Even at 6-6, even with long extension, you just wait for something better.
Not on a 2-0 count, yep.
2-1. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. That's why you wait. Rembert, big turn at second. He will stop there. McCrane is 3 for 3 on the day. Just sent that one right back where it came from.
Yeah, and a healthy Chris Rembert's your first and third right now, but still not quite there for him, so pull up at second.
Now Brandon McCrane, the batter. He's 1 for 2 with a double, and he's reached on a fielder's choice. He just gets on base. Even if it's a fielder's choice and it doesn't technically count positively towards your average, they've had a hard time, everybody's had a hard time keeping him off base. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch to McCrane. Strike. 0-1.
Yeah, that belt, above the belt pitch has been a strike for a lot of the day.
Redshirt freshman. Pitch. Swing and a drive towards center, but he hit it right at Moyer. Hit it sharply, but Moyer was there to make the catch. 2nd out. And here comes Lucas Steele. Steele's looking for his first hit of the day. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. He's also struck out. I don't sense any panic from this staff that his slow start into weekend number 3. And he started slow at the plate last year.
I think they believe it's coming. He just needs a couple to fall.
Left side is pretty open. First pitch inside, ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be played to pull. He doesn't go the other way a whole lot. So he's going to have to. And then first baseman is 2 steps from the grass, so there's not a ton of room on the right side.
1-0 pitch. Steele swings and fouls one back to the net. A ball and a strike on the Auburn designated hitter. Tigers now have their first hit off of Harrahill after he hit Rembert. Crane singled. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 4th. Tigers on top 8-2. Harrahill's pitch. Steele takes it high. 2-1.
They got a favorable count here. This is an opportunity, without question, for Lucas Steele right here, because they don't want to turn the order over again.
Steele with that open stance, switch hitter, hitting lefty against the righty. 2-1 pitch. He takes it down and away for ball 3.
Yeah, got a change up on the 2-1 count.
Rembert at second. Mason McCrane at first. Play him straight away in the outfield to pull on the infield. The 3-1 pitch. Steele swings, lines one, caught by the shortstop. And that's the 3rd out. He hit it hard.
He did.
He hit it hard, but he hit it right at Carey, who makes the play. and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 left for the Tigers. Auburn 8, Nebraska 2 through 4 innings. Whether you're planting a tree or tackling a backyard project, don't risk a penalty. Contact Alabama 811 before you dig and get your underground utilities marked for free. Visit al811.com or call 811. It's free, it's simple, and it's the law. Through 4, Auburn 8, Nebraska 2.
Our contestants today are Hannah and Samantha, who will race to see who can assemble their burger the fastest. The first person has all their ingredients together and laid out in the burger bun. First will be our winner. All right, on your mark, get set, go. I think Hannah's the winner because she got in the burger. Nebraska center fielder, number 17, Max Moyer.
Sense that he will go no further than the 5th
Yes.
if he can get through the 5th.
Correct.
Here's Moyer, first pitch to him, missed inside. 3rd time through now against Sanders. 1 ball, no strikes. Moyer singled to lead off the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. He has 1 of Nebraska's 4 hits on the afternoon. And there's a off-speed pitch for a strike. It'll even the count at 1-1. Moyer a single and a strikeout. He's 3 for 7 or 3 for 8 on the weekend, and he grounds 1 foul out in front of the plate.
Yeah, Chase didn't see it hit his bat twice.
Yeah. Yeah, Chase sprang up out of there ready to tag him.
Yep, and he thought it was just a foul ball in general, but it did.
Yep.
It hit the backswing and hopped forward.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The lefty Sanders in the sunlight, rocks and fires, and this is low. 2-2. Get this time of the day, and batter, umpire, catcher, all in the shade. Pitcher's in the sunlight. 2-2 pitch. Line back up the middle. Hot shot by Moyer, and he's got his 2nd hit of the day.
They keep getting the leadoff man on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the 3rd time in 5 innings today, and the 9th time in 15 innings.
That's how you play offense.
So Moyer, let's see, he's now 11 for 25 for the season. 444 batting average for your leadoff guy. That'll play. There's the pitch fouled in and out of the mid of Freilich. Nico Newhan. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He was inserted defensively in right field after the 1st inning. Had his first at bat in the 3rd.
Like the wind has changed a little bit because that's the first breath of wind we felt in the booth coming this way.
0-1 pitch. That is driven toward right. Back goes McCrane, still going to the warning track. It is out of here.
That's the 2-run home runs again.
Yep. Newhan with a 2-run homer. It's the 2nd straight inning. Nebraska has done that. And it's now 8-4. A leadoff single by Moyer. A 2-run homer by Newhan. His first of the year, his first hit of the year. And it's 8-4.
Yeah, we're talking about, again, Butch Thompson's talking about it. the two-run home run swings, that's how you get back in games, and Auburn hasn't had the big swing yet, even though they scored 8 runs.
Case Sanderson takes a strike, 0-1. No, Auburn's offense was as much mistakes by Nebraska pitching.
And you get a couple of 2-run singles.
Right.
And like they've done those things, but you haven't had the big blow.
0-1, waved at and missed. Sanderson aggressive, went after one near the dirt. It's 0-2. No, but 5 of Auburn's runs were scored by guys who reached on either hit batters or walks. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. A nice comeback from Jackson Sanders. He sits Sanderson down on 3 pitches for the first out in the 5th.
Yeah, this is an Auburn offense we expected to be home run, extra base hit potential. Chris Remmert's been banged up. You haven't gotten it from Lucas Steele. There's some guys that haven't gotten there yet, but you got to find a way to start getting some big swings. It's really, really hard to score runs in bunches when you're doing it with singles.
Here's Joshua Overbeek. First pitch is lined foul left side. He pulled it. 0-1. Congratulations to Auburn Equestrian today. Top-ranked Tigers went to Bishop, Georgia, and beat third-ranked Georgia. 11-9 the final tally. Auburn won 3 of the 4 most outstanding performer honors in the competition. 0-1, bounced up there all the way to the backstop. 1-1 the count. So congratulations, Jessica Braswell and Auburn Equestrian. The 1-1 pitch. Called strike. Popped the mid on the inside corner. Fastball at 92, still running good velocity up there.
Absolutely.
A ball and 2 strikes. 90 pitches for Sanders, the sophomore from nearby Opelika. He plants and deals. Swung and pulled foul past third. Ricochets off the brick and into left field. Bub Terrell slide shuffle over. Cast it off to the side.
Jackson at 91 now.
Yeah.
You wonder with a righty here if you even go to Chatterton to try to finish it, or if you let him try to start a fresh inning.
1-2 offering.
Good
pitch low, did not go. They appeal to Michael Snover at first.
Good 1-2 pitch, but a really good hold and take there by Overbeek.
Top of the 5th inning. 8-4 Auburn. Nebraska just trying to chip away. Freilich sets up inside, 2-2 pitch. He's fouled away, got a piece. Not much, but enough. We talked earlier about what Nebraska has next. Auburn has a midweek against Samford Tuesday, and then Winthrop is in here for the final weekend before conference play. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a drive over to the top row of the Yeti yard.
We've seen this before, but I don't think they're going to do it now. But like you get to this 2-strike count, and it's looking harder and harder for Jackson to finish guys off.
Yeah.
We've seen them go to another pitcher with 2 strikes. It doesn't look like they're going to do that now, but it shows you, look, they've seen it all now.
Yep.
You're going to have to execute a really, really high-quality pitch here.
Joshua Overbeek. Here's the pitch to him.
And he did. Oh.
And he missed just a little bit inside.
That's a pitch at the belt that has been a strike for much of this game.
Yep. Sanders thought he had it. Freilich thought he had it. Now the 3-2. Grounded foul. We saw last night in the may have been the 8th inning where the Auburn pitcher had 2 strikes. He thought he made the pitch that he needed, and then 1 pitch later, after not getting the call, Nebraska doubled. 1 out, nobody on. Sanders looks home, shoulders squared into the wind, his payoff pitch. is driven to
Another
left
home
center
run.
field. Terrell back, and that ball is
Wow.
off the wall. And it's chased down by Carter. Bristol gets it back on the infield, but not before a double. The next two pitches after, Sanders thought he had Overbeek, struck out. He gives up a double off the angled wall in the canyon.
Yeah, and we were just talking about, though, trying to find a way to finish a guy. And you threw a pitch, you didn't get the call, and they just were staying back on that changeup, staying back on the breaking stuff, and they make you pay for it. And I think Auburn will make a move, or at least going to talk now.
Yep, Everett Tiefert is out of the dugout. Jackson Sanders, 98 pitches. And if this is the end of the line for him, he should get a nice ovation from this huge crowd at Plainsman Park. Yep, there's the call. And the Auburn team comes out of the dugout to greet Jackson Sanders. 4 1/3 innings pitched. 7 hits allowed. 3 of them have come here in the 5th inning. So Sanders exits, nearly 100 pitches for the sophomore from Opelika, and many come to their feet here at Plainsman Park. We'll step away. It is an Alabama Power call to the bullpen for the Tigers for Christian Chatterton.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music,
Your Max debit card, plus with 24/7 digital banking and an easy-to-use mobile app. Managing your money is quick and effortless. Start exploring today at mymax.com/explore. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Call to the bullpen for the Tigers for Christian Chatterton. Sophomore from Brooks High School in Killen, 6 feet 203. 2 appearances last week, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Earned run average of 3.6. Last year he was 4-1, started 14 games for Auburn and was the returning leader in starts, earned run average, innings, and strikeouts. Had an ERA of just under 4.5, 52 1/3 innings and 60 strikeouts a year ago. And Chatterton is on now with 1 out in the 5th inning. Jackson Sanders 4 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He hit a batter. He threw 99 pitches, 70 of them for strikes. The runner at second is his responsibility. So Christian Chatterton, a right-hander, fastball, changeup combination from Chatterton. And the first man he will face is Dylan Carey, the shortstop.
Yeah, tough spot here. You got to hold him. Look, we've seen it on the other side. They bring in the guy to hold it, and now that's the job for Chatterton right now. Hold it at 4. Give your chance, give your offense a chance to come in and try to extend the lead. And listen, it's been the story that last night was. It's been the difference in extra base hits and singles. And Auburn's up. Auburn scored 8 runs, only 6 hits, and probably should have 10, 11 runs, to be quite honest.
They've stranded 7 already.
Yeah, with the opportunities you've had, and Nebraska hasn't. They've taken advantage of it.
All right, this 5th inning is presented by Southern Union. We'll tell you more after the first pitch to Dylan Carey. Top of the 5th inning, 1 on, 1 out, 8-4 the Auburn lead. Pitch from Chatterton is low for ball 1. Move seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. Carey today has singled and flied to right. He's 1 for 2. 1-0. Breaking ball missed up. 2 balls, no strikes.
And even though it's 8-4, it's a tough spot coming in because you know that your job is to go get 3 or 4 innings. And this is not a close. This is a come in and second start situation almost.
2-0. Up and in, 3 balls, no strikes.
But you're doing it with a runner on second. Really good hitter at the plate, and opportunity here now. The first base is open, and it's early, but you don't want to and you don't want to give in. That's the point now. You don't want to give in here and groove one.
Kitch has been on base twice. He's on deck. The 3-0 pitch is high. That's ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to Carey.
And a little concerning early that Chatterton's changeup is up.
Yep.
And that thing has to get down and dive down, and right now it is not. And some of that could be adrenaline, holding on to it a little bit more. Get a couple of pitches out of you and see if you can settle down.
Here's Cole Kitchens. He has singled and walked. He was on base when Buck homered. First pitch. Check swing, foul ball behind the plate. It's 0-1.
That had a lot better bite to it. That was a much better change.
Crowd here at Plainsman Park had a lot to cheer for early in this game. They're a little tense right now.
Especially after last night, because you've seen what this team can do.
0-1. High, popped directly behind him and behind the Broadway club. Hit it straight back. 0-2. Very early on the changeup. No balls, 2 strikes. Buck, who homered last inning, waits on deck. 0-2 to Kitchens. The stretch by Chatterton. He looks to second, looks home, and fires. And there's a fly ball to left. Terrell backing up, measures it, makes the catch. About 3 steps shy of the warning track.
Yep, off balance just enough that he couldn't get it. Couldn't get enough of the drive into it. Got the barrel on it, but couldn't get anything behind it.
It's really the kind of thing you get from Chatterton when the changeup is dialed in.
That's it.
All right, here's Buck. A 2-run homer in the 4th. 7th man to bat in the inning for the Cornhuskers. They have a 2-run homer in this inning. It's 8-4 Auburn in the top of the 5th. First pitch to Buck. Just a little bit low, 1-0.
This guy that hit a lefty changeup, but hit changeup out to left field the first time, so he's shown he'll stay back.
He had been 0 for 6 on the weekend until that home run. The 1-0 pitch. Nearly bounced it up there. Fralick did a good job to grab that, and it goes to 2-0.
Yeah, and Chatterton, only been a couple of batters, but hasn't thrown the fastball anywhere close to the strike zone right now, and he's going to have to be able to find some of that at least to show it to him.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Nebraska's now out-hit Auburn 7-6. Here's the pitch.
That's good.
Outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Buck with 7 RBIs on the season. A base hit here gives him another one. First and second, they'll be moving on contact. With 2 outs, they spin, they throw back to second, in behind Overbeek. Rembert snuck in there, and they nearly nabbed Overbeek at second, but he barely beat it back. Just trying to make sure he doesn't get too comfortable or too big of a lead off second. Rembert stays close. 2-1 pitch is low. 3 balls and 1 strike to Buck.
Yeah, too much nibbling right now, and then because of that, you're falling behind. And now you got to come in because you do not want to load the bases for sure.
And that's the respect for the Nebraska offense.
That it doesn't change up and down the lineup.
No. Okay, Huskers get their leads from first and second. Here comes a 3-1 pitch to Buck. And he hit him. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Overbeek to third, Carey to second. And now the 8th man to bat in the inning is Drew Grego. And before he hits, the Auburn infield will meet on the mound here with Chatterton.
Yeah, and it hasn't been sharp, since coming in. struggling to find a strike zone, and he needs to pitch ahead, and that's the thing he needs to do. And so you look now, and got somebody throwing it. Is it Cormier?
Yep, L.J. Cormier throwing in the bullpen.
You really want Chatterton to get out of this inning, take a deep breath, and then try to get you in a little bit more. Obviously, this may be as important as an at-bat as there is in this game.
You're right. Yeah, 2 outs in the inning, a hit or a walk or a hit batter or something, they pull within 3.
It changes the dynamics of everything.
Yep. A home run ties the game. Grego 0 for 2 today. He has struck out and flied to center. He's 2 for 8 on the season. Pitch from Chatterton. Swing and a bouncing ball foul past the third base coach's box, 0-1.
Maybe the best change we've seen since he's been in the game.
Frelick and Chatterton called the game themselves. So they had a chat with the rest of the infield. Now Chatterton ready to go back to work. The 0-1 pitch to Grego with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 5th. Missed a little high. 1-1 the count. Eight to 4, top of the 5th, 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1.
It just hasn't been able to throw the fastball for a strike, and so then if you're Nebraska, you're able to sit on change.
Yep.
And if you're Chatterton, that's the pitch you feel like you can throw for a strike. You got to have a strike here.
Crowd tries to get behind Chatterton. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. He threw the change for a strike.
He did.
And now it's 2-2. Big pitch here. Important pitch. The 2-2. Got him swinging.
Right below you. Step on the plate. There you go.
Frelick finds the ball, steps on the plate, and the inning is over. Chatterton strikes out Grego. And Auburn avoids much more serious damage in the 5th. But Nebraska swings the axe again and chips 2 more runs away. A 2-run homer by Newhan pulls them to within 4. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, and the Huskers leave them loaded in the 5th.
You can secure your seats by visiting abtickets.com. First pitch is set for 1 p.m. War Eagle Plus auctions are live. War Eagle Plus members can win exclusive Auburn gear and memorabilia from unforgettable moments signed by student athletes and coaches, like Jake Marciano's 100 career strikeout from yesterday's game. Check out the auctions and join War Eagle Plus by visiting wareagleplus.com/auction. Conecuh is the official smoked sausage and hot dog of Auburn tailgating. Conecuh still family owned and made in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947. Make Conecuh sausage part of your game day.
To get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable.
Strategically down out the Huskers, number 38, Lyndon Brookman.
Auburn Opelika's sports leader.
Welcome back in. Auburn up 8-4 on Nebraska as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it'll be the 4th different pitcher that the Tigers have seen. Lyndon Broodman coming in for the Cornhuskers. First appearance of the season for him after being at Missouri Western the last 3 years. 4-9, 6.11 ERA for the lefty. The 88 innings pitched, 60 earned runs, 102 walks though in 88 innings, and 115 strikeouts for the 6'2 lefty. As the Tigers will send the top of the order up to face now the 4th different Nebraska pitcher as Lyndon Broodman comes in for the Cornhuskers.
It is a Pepper Tree pitching change once again for a new level of taste. Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. Best wine selection, finest cuts of meat. Visit Pepper Tree in Auburn and Montgomery. Online, steaksandwine.com. Carter today has singled and walked and flied to center. He has scored 2 runs.
And if you're Auburn, you got to answer, because Nebraska has answered a couple innings in a row. If you're Auburn, you got to answer and get something going once again.
Brugman deals and misses a little high, maybe a little out. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 2/3 innings for Harahill, and he was absolutely phenomenal. 1 hit, no walks. He hit 2 batters. He struck out 2 batters. Carter takes a strike. It's 1-1. He didn't think so, and about 5,000 here didn't think so. And Carter takes a little walk outside the batter's box area, talks to Chase Fralick, and now steps back in. Lyndon Brugman deals. The lefty misses inside. 2-1.
That was his MO at Missouri Western State. I think 102 walks in 88.1 innings. So if you're, you got to be patient if you're Auburn.
Pitch, line drive, base hit, up the middle. Bristol Carter has his 2nd hit, and it's the 3rd time in 5 innings that he has led off an inning by getting on base. And
yeah, kind of bluffed a throw back, and he went diving back into first base.
Okay.
And he's okay, but
well, he did last night. He did a Superman dive back to first.
I think he rounded first really hard and then rolled back over into first base.
Okay. So a leadoff single as the Tigers do try to answer back.
The Tigers can get one of those big swings we've been talking about. It's been a while.
Fralick takes a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Brugman's getting the benefit of the doubt on a couple of calls early.
Yes.
Brugman, the 4th pitcher of the day for the Huskers. Infield comes out of the shift, and the pitch misses away to Fralick. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chase walked and scored in the 2nd. He's popped up to 2nd and struck out today. Stance off the plate just a bit, and the 1-1 pitch on the way to the Auburn catcher. Instead, there's a throw to first. Brugger close to committing to the plate there. Just a little soft toss, and Carter is back. Bristol already has a stolen base today. He has 7 swipes on the year. 1-1 pitch. Fralick takes it for a strike. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that was up in the zone a hair, but it was a strike. It has been for much of the day, not all the day.
First action for Brugman this year. Lefty, lefty. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball to left center. Moyer over from center, still going, and it drops. It's beyond his glove in left center field. Fralick to 2nd, stand-up double. Here comes Carter. Throw home is late. Carter's safe. RBI double for Chase Fralick. Tigers get a run back. It's 9-4.
That's the big swing we're talking about. And Moyer almost ran that ball down from, deep. He was in straightaway center, well underneath. Yeah, it curved away from him just enough off the left-handed bat.
It kept tailing away. It looked like he was going to get there at first, and then it just kept slicing away from him, deep into left center. And he got to the area where the ball dropped and just barely missed it. It's an RBI double for Fralick. Now Eric Guevara takes the first pitch high and outside for ball 1.
See if you can have another big inning, couple of runs, put up a crooked number. If you do that, then it helps you to settle down as you start the last third of this game.
1-0 pitch, Guevara. Swings and drives one. Deep to left center field. That ball is back. That ball is gone. Eric Guevara, a 2-run home run, his first of the season. And Auburn leads 11-4. Well, you're looking for the big bat.
There's your big swing.
Yep.
Waited on it. sat back and unloaded, and that's the Eric Guevara power that we saw at the end of the year last year before he got hurt.
That's right.
That's the swings he was having. That he had a couple of those in the first series.
Yep.
But that's the first time we've seen that since then. That's a really good sign for the Tigers.
So a double to left center by Freilich and a homer to left center by Guevara. And here is Terrell, who showed bunt and took it for a strike, 0-1. Bub has walked and scored, and he's flied out a couple of times. 408 feet on the home run. (11-4). Wind in the pitch. Missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I like the idea there from Bub. Get him moving a little bit, but you also put it in the pitcher's mind and see if you can get a pitch now left over the plate.
2-1.
And you
swing and a fly ball right center field. Bub Terrell, it's gone over the back 40. They're going nuts. The students are going crazy. Bub Terrell has hit his second home run of the season, and Auburn leads 12-4. Back-to-back home runs from Guevara and Terrell.
And as we said, you show it, you show the bunt, take the pitcher's mind off a little bit, and then he grooves one, and Bub did not miss it. And we were talking about it. Can they catch up to the pitches? Can they drive the ball? And now we've seen 3 of those in the last 3 at-bats.
Well, this outing from Brugman, his first of the season, it's over. It lasted 4 batters, single, double, homer, and he is out. A struggle in his first action of the season. It came at an important time in this game. And Jason, does that tell you sort of where Nebraska's bullpen is at this point in this game? It's not the 9th inning or the 8th, it's the 5th.
Yes.
And both these teams used a lot of top-end bullpen arms in last night's game.
Yes, and we were talking about it. Who could get deeper, who could do it quicker. Auburn got in the first inning, and it didn't show up for the 2 innings when Harahan was in the game. But now that you've got him out of the game, you've gotten deeper into this bullpen, and now Auburn's getting off some really good swings, and you built that. You've erased those 4 runs that you gave up.
Tucker Timmerman is the new pitcher, number 32. He's a righty, a junior right-hander. Timmerman makes his 3rd appearance of the season. 2 1/3 innings, 3 runs on 5 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. He's given up 3 doubles, and teams are hitting .500. Timmerman, no record, an ERA of just over 11.5. Brugman, 4 batters, 4 hits, and 4 runs allowed. So Timmerman becomes the next pitcher. We step away on this Pepper Tree pitching change for Nebraska.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Opa-locka Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery. Carrying brands such as E-Z-GO, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
When game day hits, you want to be right where it matters. Close to campus, close to the action, and close to your college student. At the Residences at Arbor Lake, you get the perfect space to cheer, visit, and make every trip feel like a homecoming. Offering easy access to campus and a relaxing getaway whenever you visit. Call 334-521-7290 for more information about the Residences at Arbor Lake, a 55-plus apartment community. Score comfort, score convenience, score your home court at the Residences at Arbor Lake.
Timmerman, 6'3", 215, junior right-hander, and Bingaman greets him. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1. Bingaman, bases loaded walk in the first, was hit with the bases loaded in the second. He's also grounded out to first, and he waves and misses at a slider that was never close. And Bingaman behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. 4 runs in here in the 5th. Tigers lead 12-4. The pitch, Bingaman takes it, bounced up there. They used 7 pitchers, did Nebraska, in last night's game. The 1-2 swung on and missed. He went, I don't know that Timmerman threw more than 1 in the strike zone, but Bingaman went up there swinging. And he strikes out for the first out of the inning. Now Chris Rembert will be the batter. See how patient Chris is. Rembert was hit by a pitch last inning. He's also drawn a bases-loaded walk and delivered an RBI ground out. First pitch swung on and missed, nothing in 1.
Yeah, that's the aggressive nature for Chris Rembert, but you know, I think pressing a little bit. You miss all that time for him. You come back and you want to go out there and do something really big, but you got to get good pitches to do it.
0-1. Slider, that's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Timmerman's thrown 1 pitch that would have been a strike otherwise. And Bingaman went up there swinging. Rembert swung and missed the first pitch. Now the 1-1. Swing, line drive, caught by the first baseman. Sanderson right there. Little jump and a catch. And Rembert, frustrated, walks back to the dugout.
Going back to Lucas Steele's swing at the end of the inning, line drive.
Yep.
Saw Brandon McCrane line drive. Obviously the balls hit this inning. Much more forceful swings the last couple innings for this Auburn team.
Mason McCrane is 3 for 3 today. 3 singles and 4 driven in. Pitch swung on and missed at a big slider, 0-1. Timmerman has come in throwing strikes. Junior right-hander off the right side of the rubber, fires and misses low. It's 1-1.
Well, it's tough when you see now 5th different pitcher here today.
Yep.
That's hard on when you have to adjust, go scouting report, try to figure guys out.
1-1. Downstairs, 2-1.
We haven't seen McCrane's power yet because he's been so patient at just kind of poking the ball through, but he has tremendous power.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a foul ball, left side. The shadows from the 984 club have kind of crept across now, and now the mound is in shadows and the plate is back in the sunlight.
Yep. And part of right field.
Yeah. The right fielder is in the sun. First baseman, second baseman are in the shadows. Now the 2-2. Low, and the count is full to McCrane. Mason McCrane getting his 4th start. 3-2. Swing and a fly ball, shallow right center. Moyer in, out goes the second baseman Buck, and it's Buck who puts it away in shallow right. Had to go a long way to get that ball, but he did, and there's the 3rd out. But Auburn got 4 more runs in that 5th. They answer in the bottom of the 5th inning. Homers by Guevara and Terrell back to back. Tigers get 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, nobody left. And through 5, Auburn now in front, 12-4.
Journeyman Electricians. Are you happy where you're working right now, or are you just putting in the time? If you're ready for something better, with steady work, real benefits, and a company that values your skills, ACCS and Plumbing is now hiring a journeyman electrician. Earn $23 to $40 an hour, depending on experience, plus Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance, paid holidays, 401k, and a paid vacation after just 90 days. This isn't just another job. It's a chance to build a long-term career with a growing company that respects your trade. Visit accsauburn.com for more information.
Hello, everybody. This is Dan Peck from The Drive. Weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on ESPN 106.
Starting April 10th, and join Auburn football inside Jordan-Hare Stadium for A-Day on April 18th at 2 p.m. with a free cut day immediately following the game. Admission is free for the public. For more information, visit auburntigers.com. Vandover hit 2 home runs in the bottom of the inning. That means section 103 will be going home with a bill courtesy of Yak.
part by East Alabama Health with their spacious cancer center. Patients can make cancer a distant memory instead of a distant drive, and that's why East Alabama Health is Auburn's home field advantage. Welcome those of you listening on radio stations throughout Alabama, the Auburn Athletics app, those watching on the In the Booth cam on YouTube, and those of you who are watching today's game on SEC Network Plus. Chatterton goes to work. First pitch is a called strike to Worthley, 0-1. For those of you who are watching on SEC Network Plus, the audio is a simulcast of the Auburn broadcast, the one you'd hear on radio or the app. That's why it sounds different from what you'd get from traditional TV announcers. Pitch, called strike. Breaking ball dropped right in and buckled the knees of the Nebraska catcher.
And here's your challenge now if you're Chatterton. You got a 12-4 lead. If you're Auburn, you would love for him to just finish this game. This is a second starter, basically. That's what you'd like to do on a perfect situation today.
0-2, fouled back. Worthy stays alive. The absolute perfect situation would be 6 outs and 2 more runs.
Yeah, I'd take that too.
That would shorten the outing.
It would. Correct, yeah. Absolutely.
0-2. This is Preston Freeman, a pinch hitter, rather than Worthley. And Freeman fouls it back. Preston Freeman 0 for 4 with a run scored this year. This is the 4th game in which he has seen action. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Threw the fastball and put away Freeman. 1 down in the 6th.
A couple of good fastballs in that at bat, and he couldn't find the zone with it, coming off, out of the bullpen. You come in, you're pitching from the stretch. That looked like a different fastball there from Chatterton.
Second strikeout for Chatterton, 8th for Auburn pitching on the afternoon. K counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Now here is Moyer. Moyer's got a couple of hits and a run scored on the day. First pitch to him, breaking ball, strike 1.
He's a really impressive player too.
Yeah.
Right, just looking through and something I didn't think was possible anymore. Clemson beat South Carolina today.
Yeah.
78 pitch complete game from Michael Sharman for Clemson.
0-1 pitch, change up, lifted to shallow right. McCrane in. He calls everybody off, makes the catch quickly, 2 down. There you saw the change up.
Yep.
And Moyer slowed the bat down to make contact, and therefore didn't have a lot of sting in the swing. That's what the Auburn coaches talk about.
And being able to throw the fastball for a strike really helps you then throw that changeup, because that's what you're playing off those pitches together. If you can't throw the fastball for a strike, the changeup loses its effectiveness.
Here's Nico Newhan. He homered his last time. Grounds 1 to 3rd. McCrane fields, throws, close, but out. And that's a quick inning. Quick inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Huskers, and that's the first time today that they've gone down in order. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Auburn 12, Nebraska 4.
Keeping your money in a traditional savings account is like using the Yellow Pages instead of Google. Outdated and slow. Skip the small, slow returns and put your money to work with the Max Elevate Money Market. You get all the same security of a savings account, plus the ability to earn even more on your money. Get started at mymax.com/elevate or call us at 260-2600. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
Back at Plainsman Park, it's 12-4 Auburn as the Tigers come to bat in the 6th inning. They will have Brandon McCrane, Lucas Steele, and Bristol Carter due up. And there's a new pitcher No, there's not a new pitcher. There's a new catcher. Because they pinch hit for the catcher in the top half.
Looked like, couldn't tell what number it was. It looked like 11. I don't think that was it.
Nope, 21, Fikes.
I got you.
That's Trey Fikes. So they give Worthy a little bit of or the rest of the afternoon off. Now Brandon McCrane. He's 1 for 3, a double, fly out, and he's reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch, swung on and missed. Sweeping slider, 0-1.
That slider has been really good because
Yeah.
it's gotten a couple of swings that we haven't seen for today. And some of that's too Auburn being more aggressive.
Timmerman delivers. Another slider, this time taken off the outside edge. 1-1. Timmerman, the 5th pitcher of the day for Nebraska, came on last inning and got 3 outs. Got a strikeout, line out, pop out. 1-1. Called strike, 1-2.
Yeah, a couple of similar looking guys have been the guys that have held Auburn down a little bit more, those two right-handers with the slider.
1-2 to McCrane. Missed inside with a fastball, not a bad idea. Trying to work left to right. Bottom of the 6th, 12-4 Tigers. 2-2 pitch to McCrane, bouncer, foul. Carl Nonemaker grabs it beyond the third base coach's box.
Yeah, Brad, a little bit more on that complete game.
Yeah.
67 of 78 pitches for strikes for Michael Sharman. 2 hours and 2 minutes.
A 2-hour, 2-minute game
in college baseball.
Here's a 2-2. Low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. By the way, for comparison's sake, we were going to the bottom of the 5th inning at the 2-hour mark.
Absolutely.
So here we are in the bottom of the 6th. Full count, Brandon McCrane starting the 6th inning. Timmerman looks home, the 6'4" right-hander. 4 on the pitch clock, 3-2, now he's ready. And the pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with that slider. One down. Now Lucas Steele. Steele has struck out, been hit by a pitch, and lined out to short.
One of the better swings he's had this year was his last at bat, though. Line drive just the other way. Shortstop had him play perfectly, but a good swing, good at bat.
First pitch taken for ball 1. Pitch called strike on the outside corner, evens things. Series finale tomorrow, 1 o'clock first pitch, 1 Central. 1-1. Missed a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. That is Alex Petrovic for Auburn against Gavin Blackowitz for Nebraska. 2-1. Low and a little bit in. Hitters count now for a good hitter in Steele. Looking for his first hit of the weekend. And here is that 3-1. That's down and in, ball 4.
That's the thing about Lucas Steele, Brad.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone his way. He hasn't pressed, though.
It's his 6th walk of the year. He hasn't changed his approach.
He hasn't pressed, and that's what makes you think it's going to come for him.
Yep.
Just a matter of time.
All right, here's Bristol Carter.
Center fielder number 5, Bristol Carter.
Carter has singled twice. He has stolen a base. He's walked. He has scored 3 of Auburn's 12 runs.
Exactly.
And he shows bunt. Right side, a good one. Fielded by the pitcher. He throws to first, low, but out. Steele into scoring position, but now 2 down. Chase Freilich. RBI double deep to left center last inning. He's also walked and scored. 2 runs scored, 1 driven in for the Auburn catcher. (12-4). Bottom of the 6th. Timmerman's pitch. Swung on and missed. Had a home run cut. 0-1.
And you know what? With a guy like Chase Freilich, you know with 2 strikes he will change his approach and do that. I'm okay with him cutting loose and seeing if he can. I mean, just his last at bat had a big drive.
0-1. Another slider. This one's downstairs. A ball and a strike. (1-1). Timmerman's pitch. Slider downstairs again. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Slider's been really good to right-handers. You can't find the zone against the lefties because it's been down and in on them.
He's gotten the swing from the right-handers.
Correct, out of the strike zone.
Yeah. Third baseman way off the line. Second baseman in shallow right field. 2-1 pitch. Freilich takes a cut at that slider. Coming in toward him and fouls it away. 2-2. Guevara would be next. There are 2 outs in the inning. And Steele at second. It's really cool to hear fans continue some traditions in the ballpark. 2-2. Tried to check his swing. A slider, he could not. He rings him up. That's the 3rd strike for Freilich. So Timmerman strikes out McCrane and Freilich to bookend the inning. Auburn gets a walk, but nothing else. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We've played 6 at Plainsman Park with the score. Auburn 12, Nebraska 4.
Did you know one of the most advanced screening and diagnostic imaging centers in the country is located right here in our community? Bridgeway Diagnostics is the first in the country to purchase GE low-dose 3D mammography and first in the entire region to bring you 3D breast ultrasound. First to bring you artificial intelligence software looking behind the radiologist to detect irregularities. Ask for Bridgeway for all of your screening and diagnostic needs. Find out more at 2bridgeway.com. That's the number 2, bridgeway.com.
Hello, everybody. This is Dan Peck from The Drive. Weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on ESPN 1067 and ESPNAU.com. Join Bill Cameron and me to get caught up on the biggest news in Auburn athletics and everything going on in the world of sports. Coming up on Tuesday's show, we'll talk with Andy Burcham, the voice of the Auburn Tigers, plus Jake Crane in hour number 2. Don't miss it. It's The Drive on ESPN 1067 and ESPNAU.com.
This is Auburn Baseball on ESPN 1067, Auburn Opelika's sports leader.
It's 12-4 Tigers. Nebraska comes to bat in the 7th inning. Huskers will have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Sanderson, Overbeek, and Carey.
The Auburn Baseball is brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. Wind Creek Casino, find your winning moment.
What an interesting game this has been. Auburn got 4 in the first, 4 in the second. Nebraska got 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. They made it a 4-run game. Then in the bottom of the 5th, Auburn got back-to-back home runs from Guevara and Terrell to push that lead back up to 8. So 4-run innings have been the key.
Yeah, the answer for Auburn, answering those 4 with 4 of your own is a huge deal.
Change the feeling in the ballpark.
Absolutely,
Change the momentum of the game. For now, Nebraska will try to get it back, and they swing at the first pitch, sending it into left. Sanderson right to Bub Terrell.
If you're Christian Chatterton, you like the pace right now with that 7 outs, in 4 outs in 7 pitches.
There you go. A 6-pitch 6th inning, and he gets Sanderson on the first pitch of the 7th. Wouldn't be surprised maybe if Overbeek here takes a pitch or 2. He's certainly taken his time getting in the box.
Or if you're, I mean, it's 12-4, but if you go, look, I'm gonna take a bunt, single here to try to break up the rhythm of him being in the windup, because he's been really good in the wind.
Pitch to Overbeek. Strike. Breaking ball dropped in. 0-1. 12 runs on 10 hits for Auburn, 4 runs, 7 hits for Nebraska. 0-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Change up.
Yep, and it's 77, now 75. That change is digging down. And again, he's looked a completely different guy once he's back in the wind.
All right, here comes the crowd behind Chatterton. Sophomore right-hander looks home into the wind and to the plate. Low with a fastball. 1-2. They don't waste a lot of pitches. They set up pitches. Nothing goes to waste. That could have been a setup. Let's see. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 7th. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Change up, called strike 3. Inside corner. Change up under the hands, and Overbeek just turns and walks slowly back to the Nebraska dugout. 3rd strikeout for Chatterton. 9th of the day for Auburn pitching. K-counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. 2 up, 2 down in the 7th. 6 in a row retired by Chatterton. And here's Dylan Carey. Carey is singled and walked, and he's flied to right. First pitch. Swing and a foul back. Had a really good cut at a fastball.
He is filling up the strike zone now after struggling those first 2 or 3 hitters. Couldn't find the zone. He's now throwing a fastball for a strike. Obviously, the changeup's there, and he has settled in nicely.
Carey with 3 hits in the series. 0-1, strike 2.
Almost a slider look that time.
That's exactly what it looked like. 1 more strike for another 1-2-3 frame. Chatterton off the wind. Here comes the pitch. Struck him out. Carey goes down swinging. Huskers go in order in the 7th again. 7th inning stretch time. Auburn 12, Nebraska 4.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu, or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4, only on ESPN 106.7.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Auburn leads Nebraska 12-4 as the Tigers bid to even the series. A Pepper Tree pitching change for the Huskers to number 42, Jalen Worthley. 5'11", 180, a sophomore from Lincoln East High School in Lincoln. And the older brother of Jeter Worthley, who has started behind the plate these first 2 games. 6,687 fans at Plainsman Park today. 6,687. It is the largest
non-conference regular season crowd in program history. Not surprising after looking out of we're getting to see all of it.
Yeah. It's February 28th. The weather has been perfect. The crowd has been phenomenal. Just a massive, massive crowd. And And as we've looked out all day, like the Yeti yard, you couldn't fit anybody else in there, the midpoint of this ball game. We'll look out and wave to everybody on the parking deck. If anybody's listening on the parking deck, wave back at us. There we go, yeah. Back 40 filled with students. Hall of Fame Club, Broadway Club, 984 Club. A lot of ways to watch Auburn baseball here, and not a bad view to be had. Here's Eric Guevara. So we go to the 7th inning. Guevara has homered. He has singled. He's been hit by a pitch. 3 runs scored for the junior shortstop. And the first pitch from Worthley is in there for a strike. A breaking ball, 0-1. Worthley, the 6th pitcher. There's a swing and a pop-up. Deep at second, about a couple of feet on the edge of the grass. Buck puts it away. And Guevara is down on strikes. Worthley has not pitched this season, so it's his first action of the year. A lefty. And here's Bub Terrell, who homered to right his last time today. He's 1 for 3. He's also walked and scored. Second home run, 9th RBI. A couple innings ago for Demarion Terrell. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, you bring in the lefty that's probably 5'10", 5'11", going to throw some off speed and a little aggressive for the Tigers right now. And Bub out in front of that one by a mile.
The 0-1. Tried to stop his swing on another breaking ball, and he couldn't. 0-2. 12-4 Tigers, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Nobody on base. Both Auburn home runs today, 408 feet. The 0-2 pulled, foul, pass first. Sonny DiChiara looks unbothered as that one came screaming past him. For Nebraska fans that are still tuned in, Sonny DiChiara, the first base coach, SEC Player of the Year in 2022. Helped lead Auburn to the College World Series. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Terrell. Little tapper, left side, third baseman.
Catcher interference.
Catcher interference.
Yep.
Yep, so Terrell gets first base.
Yeah,
that's a break for Auburn. He was going to be thrown out.
Yeah, I knew I heard a double click, and so he hit the mitt. Then, because I thought at first it's like almost like he hit that ball off the ground, but it wasn't. It was hitting the back, hitting the mitt first.
Yeah, that almost looked like cricket, which was a thought, which was kind of a callback to Wednesday night here when the ball he hit to left to drive in the game-winning run
was
a
like
foot
off his shoe tops.
Yeah, it was not a foot off the ground. So here's Bingaman. He takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. 1 out, Terrell at first. Bingaman's looking for his first hit of the day. He takes a strike. It's 0-2.
Above the belt.
Yep. Bingaman bases loaded at bats in the first and second. Walked in the first, was hit in the second. He's also grounded out and struck out. The 0-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner.
It looked better than the last pitch for sure.
1-2. Worthley from the stretch, deals. Check swing, grounder to short. Gloved there, one play, that's to first. They get the force. So Bingaman grounds out on a check swing, slow roller to short. And Terrell to second. Chris Rembert bats now with 2 outs in the 7th. Tigers in front, 12-4. First pitch to Rembert, misses downstairs, ball 1.
So you know you have to stay back on this one because it's going to be mid-70s, dipping down. If you're Chris Rembert, stay back, and you can set up on one of these if you can catch it.
Hit it hard right at the first baseman his last time. Took a big cut, was trying to end the ball game and missed. 1-1.
Again, 82-mile-an-hour changeup, and so you're just not going to get a whole lot of hard stuff right now.
This record crowd has seen Auburn break out offensively in 3 innings. Rembert drives one up the right side over the 984 club. And now he's behind 1-2.
Yep, so forced himself to stay back, and at 82 miles an hour, he still couldn't catch up to it.
They play him to go the other way in the outfield. Left center, there's an acre of room. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a pop up, back and well out of play. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Terrell at second, bottom of the 7th. Worthley's pitch. Low, 2-2.
Think about like Auburn this start, and obviously offense you struggle some, but Lucas Steele hasn't done much. Obviously Chris Rembert yet, Kay Ballou. There's some pieces that still haven't done it yet, and you've still been able to put some runs on the board.
2-2 from Wordley. Swing and a foul back. He hung a breaking ball there, and Rembert got under it.
He did. And that's a pitch that, you know, a healthy, zoned-in Chris Rembert probably hits out of the ballpark, and he's just not quite back yet.
So we'll do it again. 12-4 Auburn, bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch. Inside, ball 3. Pretty good job by Fikes to frame that one.
It was up and out of the zone, but he made it much closer than it appeared.
Now the payoff pitch to Rembert. Swing and a fly ball deep to left. That ball is off the wall. Terrell scores. Rembert on his way to second. He's got a stand-up double. Chris Rembert drives in his 3rd run of the game. And it's 13-4.
Just missed one, but again, that was a zoned-in Chris Rembert. Drives it, and not quite back where he was. But
he identifies, Jason, so well what the other pitcher is bringing.
Yes.
And he got a bead on Worthley early on and waited for a pitch in the zone. Nearly missed, nearly drove one that was left up a little bit.
Absolutely,
the pitch before, 2 pitches before. Now here's Mason McCrane. McCrane has driven in 4 runs. He has 3 hits, 3 for 4 today. Base hit here, makes it 10. Here's the pitch. No, that's high, ball 1. Lefty on lefty, Worthley deals. McCrane takes that one a little bit inside, I think. 2-0. That didn't miss by much.
It did not miss by much at all.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive up the left side, foul.
That was a cue shot. You get a 2-0 pitch, you're thinking you're going to get something to hit, and that's a 77-mile-an-hour changeup.
Tigers lead in the bottom of the 7th, 13-4, with Rembert at second base. And McCrane steps back into the box. 2 balls and a strike to the Auburn right fielder. Pitch to the freshman. Swung on and missed. 2-2.
Get his 4th hit of the night and 5th RBI. That would be nice.
I think you'd be talking to him after the game, perhaps.
That would probably be a good guess.
Post-game show. 2-2.
No,
check swing.
I think
pitch was high.
Probably close to a strike anyway.
Yeah. And the count's 3-2.
He did not swing, but it was a pretty good pitch.
Went full to Rembert before he doubled off the angled wall in the canyon, and now 3 balls, 2 strikes to Mason McCrane. Here is the payoff pitch. Swing and a fly ball foul left side over to the Yeti yard. So we'll do it again. A little more than 2 hours away from airtime now for men's basketball for our radio affiliates and on the app. Here's the 3-2. McCrane swings and misses, and the inning is over.
Oh.
Wait.
We're going to call another catcher interference.
No.
Balk. Called a balk.
They called a balk on Worthley before the pitch. Wow. Well, you talk about a second chance for McCrane.
Yeah.
So Rembert is given third base.
Yeah, lots of opportunities, lots of things that happen with a runner on third.
Yeah. Three-two to McCrane. Swing and a fly ball to center. Back goes Moyer to the track. It is gone! Mason McCrane, 2-run home run! McCrane drives in his 5th and 6th runs of the ball game, and the Tigers win it. Mason McCrane walks it off, a 2-run homer in the 7th, and the Tigers win it 15-4. The next pitch after Worthley was called for a balk. On the pitch, McCrane swung and missed for strike 3. But the pitch was erased on a balk. And on the next pitch, McCrane homered to straightaway center field. What a way to end it. Tigers get the win to even the series. Final score 15-4. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Are you disabled but still trying to go to work every day? Did you know that you can file for disability as soon as you stop working? I am Deborah Mitchell, a registered nurse and an attorney. At Grossman Law Firm, we have over 40 years of combined experience in the medical